Just in case. Pleasure doing business with you. Alright. See you tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LiveWire. This is Jason Sherman. Unfortunately, Earl Jordan could not join us today, but we have a very special guest on commentary. It's the boss himself, Jerry Hiacop.
Thank you very much, sir. It's very nice to be here taking in. Sorry that Earl couldn't be here today, but I'm more than happy to step in. Oh God, here comes he. I cannot stand these bleeping guys. I'll cut it out for PG services, but Jason, I can't even talk about these guys. Just
you know what, Jerry? I'll be unbiased today. I'll try to call it straight down the middle. I do have my own feelings about them, but at the end of the day, I'm a professional. I'm going to try to call it as. Let's see what the Forsaken have to say.
Hold on. You said you want to talk about being professional. These guys say they're old school professional. These guys, they can't even. There's no way to describe this as being professional. They want to talk about old school. Old school is professional. You talk about old school. You think of Harley Race. You think of Nick Bockwinkel, Harley Race, McDaniels.
I think you get flustered. These guys got upset. But let me remind the fans here. These guys came in unannounced, attacked the tag team champions in their crowning moment, and ever since then they've been wreaking havoc on PWF. Taking what they want, double teaming, triple teaming. Look right now. They're surrounding Jared right now.
Jared's just a ring announcer. He's not a trained professional.
Yeah, I mean, it's been going back and forth on social media nonstop. Look, Jared's a lot quieter person now.
Now he gets out of the ring. He don't have much to say. I mean, there ain't no keyboard in front of him.
I mean, there's also 10 guys in front of him.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. Your days are numbered. Welcome back to Houston, Texas. We are your champions. Show us the damn respect we deserve. Again, we are your champions. Show us the respect we deserve.
Jerry, show him the respect.
I'm sitting down right in my chair. You see the kind of respect I have for these dipshits. I'm gonna say it, dipshit.
Hey, you're the boss. If you want to, go PG-13, we can. God damn it.
Whoa, that's a little bit more than PG-13.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just like a bunch
What's Dave cheering about?
hillbillies.
Did you hear what he called you? Then take your ass back to North Carolina where you were semi-popular 20 years ago.
I hate to break the bad news, but only one of us has a match.
Jerry, I like your booking style.
It's going to be just like it is every other time we're in this crap hole of a freaking city.
What, there's going to be an interference?
Tommy Bolton is going to be standing tall with his hand raised.
The only one with a little bit of talent in the group. Turncoat.
A little bit of talent. That man's got 3 titles right now. One of them, your PWF tag titles.
I'm going to take the night off tonight because I don't feel like raising you guys in my presence again because you're all a bunch of freaking idiots.
I can't believe he's talking to you like that, Jerry.
I just tune him out now and then. Everything he says is senseless to me.
If I wanted your opinion, I'd scrape it off the bottom of my boot.
Can he hear you?
It's alright. Today, Junior, what else you got to say?
Oh, this isn't good.
Picking on the crowd. Come on.
This isn't good. I mean, the crowd is seeing all these men polarize some of the top talent here at PWF. The crowd's not going to get in here.
No, they're not cowards. They're paid to be there to watch, not to get in the ring.
You pay the fans to be here?
They paid. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, I barely get paid to be here.
Me too, and I'm the owner.
And if you people don't learn some damn respect around here, all of you things are
think your days are numbered, sir. It's coming soon.
You know, just utter disrespect from the Forsaken. I mean, like you said earlier, you know, it's just unprofessional. But right now we have Bligh versus Kenny Calypso. This all started at the last event. Bligh and Kenny Calypso tried to tag team. Here's a clip of it now. You know, everything was going well. Bligh looked like he was doing his part. A little miscommunication. Kenny tagging himself in. Bligh and him having a discussion.
Yeah, they were actually working really well throughout the whole match together. It was a big surprise to me.
You know, the fans very excited to see it happen. A little miscommunication. Mason Malice capitalizing on it. Change effect DDT. And, you know, getting the 1, 2, 3. The change going up.
And what does Conlon do? He comes in and just, you think it's going to be all right. He's all right. He raises Kenny Calypso's hand. And then all of a sudden, bam!
Huge clothesline turning Kenny Calypso inside out.
For no reason.
Yeah, and that wasn't all. He wasn't done yet. Picking Kenny up, all the way up into an Irish car bomb. Nasty. Both men going back and forth on social media.
But Kenny asked for the match. We're going to get right into it.
Yeah, what chance does Kenny Calypso stand? I mean, look, Bligh is still yet to be pinned.
Bligh is 6'3", 265 pounds of nothing but an Irish a-hole. But I would never count down Kenny Calypso. The man can fly, the man can wrestle, the man can mat wrestle, the man can do just about anything anybody can do. He's not a little man himself. He stands about 6'1", about 190 pounds. He's not a little guy. He's just not as big as Bligh.
I mean, all that being said, he's still not ready for Bligh.
Is he ready? Not sure. But we're about to find out here very shortly.
You know, Bligh has had a shot at the PWF title, and that's how it all came about. Kenny Calypso losing his shot at the Ascension title at Ascension. You know, both men trying to agree, hey, let's make a run for the tag titles. Didn't quite work out, but instead of both men trying again or, you know, pushing to the side and, hey, it didn't work out, Bligh took the low road and attacked, showing his colors, the type of man he's been since he's gotten here, using brass knuckles and every shortcut he can.
Every single shortcut. He was the sore loser in the match just because they didn't win. He took it out on his own partner. I mean, he was in the match too. Couldn't he have maybe gotten the pin for him a little bit earlier?
I think that might have been the issue is Bligh felt like he could have won if Kenny didn't tag himself in.
And speaking of Kenny, here comes the man right now.
Kenny Calypso's been making waves here at PWF. He's just looking for that one performance to break through. I mean, Ascension, he was the highlight of the match. He's the highlight reel of that show. But he just couldn't get the job.
Man,
that's been Kenny's issue.
That flying splash to the outside off the ladder, man, that's going to be a highlight reel for a long time. But I think the best is still to come out of Kenny Calypso. What do you think?
More on that in a moment, fans. If y'all want to see what we're talking about, please go back to the archives of YouTube and look up Ascension. Opening match on the card. Kenny Calypso still in the show.
Very much so still in the show.
I mean, Kenny Calypso, he's just missing that one thing. You know, a lot of these guys in this roster are. They're missing that one element, that one win that's going to put them in contention for a title.
With, as you mentioned, Bligh's a big guy. Could this be that one match for him to break out?
I think it does. I think it puts him on the map. I think if you defeat the undefeated man who's been a title match, who's headlined the biggest pay-per-view that PWF's ever had, you gotta be next. You gotta be talking about. The fans are gonna see you as a top guy.
He came very close twice against Mason Malice for the Lone Star Championship, but that's in the past now. We're gonna see where he has to go, but he has to get through the big Irish a-hole.
I respect Kenny and I like him, but close enough doesn't count. Look, there's things like this. He's worried about paying his sunglasses to a fan. You know, there's a man that beat you down and embarrassed you, and you're up here smiling and hopping around. It's great that he's in that kind of mood, but he needs to be able to flip that switch and get to work.
There is a time to pander to the crowd, and there's sometimes to tunnel vision in on your opponent, and I think just like you're saying, right now is the time to tunnel vision in on his opponent. They're standing 1 foot away from him, sometimes even less than that right now, and Kenny's worried about a height. Bligh's ready to fight.
Yeah, I would be all over Bligh right now if he did to me what he's done to Kenny. You know, Kenny likes hearing his name chanted. Bligh's hearing his name chanted.
He's like, I can get the same thing, kid. Shut up and let's fight.
But Bligh's falling into the crowd. That's one thing of him. He likes to talk. He likes to jaw jack. He must run an Irishman with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I'm part Irish as well, but I don't jaw jack that much. And see, Isaac's still raising his hand.
You think Noah is part Irish if he won't stop talking?
I think Noah, or as he's known to as Hayes, is Pygmy. You see how small this guy is? He's got to be part of the Pygmy tribe. I'm sorry. Pygmy. But yeah,
Pygmy? Explain it.
It's the thing for short people that people really don't know that exists. I think he's part of that tribe. Anyway, let's get back to this match. Let's get off of Hayes for a minute. And see, we're almost a minute and a half into this match, and Kenny is still pandering to the crowd. There's no reason for this. And Colin Joe, I knew Colin wasn't going to let him last much longer.
That was a tactic. Colin Bligh started that. Colin Bligh is the look at that kick out there, and huge kick to the side of that head. That's the type of talent that can take him to the top, but it also shows the type of mentality that's keeping him down right now. You know, Colin Bligh, a crafty veteran, he went up to Kenny, got in his face and said, "Hey, this crowd likes him more." And Kenny said, "No, they don't," and spent all this time back and forth trying to prove it. And look at
he gets caught
now.
He gets caught. Slammed to the mat. Shows the experience and the size difference right there with Colin Bligh, just knowing the headlock maybe coming, and grabbed him and slammed him to the mat. And now putting the boots to him.
Kenny needs to try to reverse his offense once Colin Bligh gets going. Perfect.
Nice trip up. Kenny pulls
nice
him to the
drop
center.
toe. Kenny using all his strength to pull him to the center, and a big basement drop kick to the side of the head of Colin Bligh.
Kenny not going for the cover here. Why not? Big elbow drop on the mark. Covers a 1, 2. No, that ain't going to hold Colin Bligh down. It's too early in the match for that.
Colin Bligh here showing his strength.
Throws him across
and
the
Kenny
ring.
showing his agility, kicking the knee out. Colin Bligh going into the corner here, and a big drop kick to the back.
Colin's he's swaggering in the corner. He trips an old school move right there. Trips him in the middle of the ring. Kenny not capitalizing, lets him get up. Kick him in the head, kid. Seize the moment.
Yeah, I think one of the crowd yelled, "It's a skirt," and Kenny took time to stop and laugh about it.
That's what's going to stop him from winning the match as well.
Well, these chops don't look like they're affecting Colin Bligh
Big
here.
reversal.
That affected Kenny Calypso.
I think it affected his outcome. The match affected his look on his face.
It might have affected his face. I mean, that'll rearrange your
We know what's coming after this, don't we?
big tater toss.
Big delayed tater toss, making Kenny Calypso think about
Kenny
it.
Calypso all the way across the ring.
Halfway out of the ring.
Kenny Calypso's in danger here.
Very much so. He's hanging on literally by the rope. I think Kenny's out of it just from that tater toss.
Look how weak those shots are.
No effect.
I mean, those
maybe they have a little bit of effect. Never mind.
You know,
cut off.
you were an in-ring performer at one time, Jerry. I was an in-ring performer at one time. When you take a move like that, it sends shock up your spine. Your hands become tingly, and you lose power.
I know exactly. That's why I'm not in it no more. Big damage to my spine years ago.
You know,
I miss being in the ring. The thing these guys have the chance to do, I just don't have it anymore because I took certain people lightly, and that's what Kenny's doing here.
You know, we need to elaborate, but you were actually a motorcycle rider at one point, like the guys in the Forsaken, and you were clipped one night, causing an injury.
That's why I hate the way they're portraying old school and the way they're portraying their lifestyle. It doesn't mean anything, but Kenny with chops that mean nothing, just like that means nothing to me. Just chopping the big man like a redwood and not making
Putting his shirt over his head. Colin Bligh can't see what's going on.
Takes the shirt off, gets pissed off, I have to say it. Slap him again, nothing. And Kenny felt that one, I guarantee you.
Going back, I've been told by a lot of our fans here, a lot of our fans online, that hey, Jerry's a big guy. Why don't he just get in there and mess for it? It's like they don't understand how devastated your body is from that motorcycle accident. That you are not a performer. You put the performers in the hand of your talent.
I'm not an in-ring performer anymore, and I never will be again. And that's just that. People want to call me in, and it's not going to happen. I put asses in seats by another way.
And you're a businessman, you're a family man, and you can't risk injury. Like, look at that. That'll cause injury right there.
If he were to do that to me right now, I'd be down for the count for at least 6 months. But Kenny being the young, strong guy that he is, I'm sure he'll bounce right back from it. But Conlon's just not going to let up on him.
Just like we saw with Remedy at Ascension, this here is not ballet. This here is a man's sport. This here is a woman's sport. This here is a contact sport.
This is a collision sport.
Right now, Kenny's making contact with the side of Colin Bligh's face here. Huge chops, and now you see the chops affecting him. After this match has worn down Colin Bligh, these chops are having an effect on him now.
A little bit, but the big man is still on his feet. He cannot drop him. Anybody else besides Colin Bligh, maybe a little smaller, would have been down already.
Kenny has the hands there going to the ropes. And a beautiful lucha style arm drag coming up, and there
Finally gets Colin Bligh off his feet. But for how long? Not very long. Colin Bligh
crowd behind him. And so he's getting distracted by that crowd right now, worried about them chanting his name.
Oh, Kenny, no. Reversal by Colin Bligh in the corner. Blocked. Kicks his arm out from under him. Kenny's going to fly. Back.
He's like Owen Hart. He kicked his leg out from under him, or whatever he said. Near fall here. Kenny Calypso in disbelief. Finally getting the big man down, hitting a nice spinning back elbow there. Colin Bligh working back up already.
Kenny looking to the crowd once again. He should have stayed on him.
You know, our crowd is here to see these PWF superstars be flamboyant, be the characters that they are, but at the same time, you got to figure out when to do that.
Exactly. Big clothesline knocks Kenny out of his Asics.
You see Kenny flopping around like a fish there.
Man, Kenny, he's in no man's land right now. Connor just posing to the crowd. Just being all
Look
kind
at
of
the size difference between Colin Bligh and Isaac.
And Isaac's no little man either, but Common is just that big, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen him in person,
it's hard to tell on camera because everyone in the ring is a sizable guy.
Yeah. Right. Kenny whipped across the ring, big clothesline splash, takes him out into a bulldog. Kenny's got to be down. Just cover him, get the misery.
Colin Bligh acting like it's nothing. The Colin Bligh is got to be the biggest guy on the roster, second biggest guy on the roster, second only to Marte Silencioso.
Maybe to Muerte. There's not much size. Maybe 2 inches, maybe about 20, 30 pounds. But I wouldn't put anything past Colin Bligh the way he cheats to win. But sometimes he doesn't even need it. He doesn't.
That's the thing about Colin Bligh. He does not need to cheat to win, but he just takes those shortcuts.
He hasn't took any shortcuts as of yet. He hasn't felt he needed to against Kenny Calypso, but
that seems to be the going trend. Anytime he's threatened,
Colin, we never see this out of Colin Bligh. He's on the
high risk is high reward, though. Let's see what Colin Bligh has.
Big elbow drop. Kenny Calypso moves out the way. Come on, kid, get him while he's down. Kenny working up to the top rope.
Well, Kenny, I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but he's going to give you everything he has every time he comes out here.
Big punch to the midsection.
Hyping him up, looking for that scissors kick.
Nice.
Oh,
he's down. Cover him, kid. Cover him.
I think Colin Bligh might be out here.
What happened? What happened there?
Oh, he should have gone for that cover, but this is one of, again, he's green, he's young, he grew up watching Eddie Guerrero, and he wants to do this frog splash.
He wants to be flamboyant. But that is high risk, high reward. Oh, he gets it. What do we know? Cover him, kid.
That's it. He's got it. He's got it. 2. Kenny's going to.
Oh, he kicks out again, ladies and gentlemen. What do you got to do to keep Common down?
I cannot believe he kicked out of that.
Right out of it, like it was just the beginning of the match, like they haven't been going 10 minutes already.
Full impact body. I mean, body on body. That was.
And like I said earlier, Kenny looks small compared to Colin, but he's not a little guy. We've seen what he can do and who he's taken out with that frog splash many, many times.
Oh, looking for that arm drag again from the top rope. He had success knocking Colin Bligh to the ground for the first time. They're looking for it
again. Colin seems to be dazed a little bit. Oh, catches him.
Oh, yeah, he's got him in the Irish Carver.
It's got to be over. Kenny is out, ladies and gentlemen. Count it up. 3 and it's over with.
Valiant effort by Kenny Calypso.
But you see just that fast. One little miscue move and Colin Bligh has got you down for 1, 2, 3.
You know, what's next for Colin Bligh here? You know, he's been in the PWF title picture. He's been undefeated. I mean, he's tried his hand in the tag division. I mean, look at the way he's looking at Kenny. I don't think this is over with you.
There's no way this this is over.
I know the fight that Kenny Calypso has. I don't think he's going to take this standard.
Kenny Calypso just gave him a hell of a match. Nobody's had Conor Bligh down like that since he's been here in PWF. Now, going on to the next match, we're going to have the women's champion, Claudia Solis, versus the newcomer, Kaya Dream, representing Culture Inc. all the way from Florida.
Give me some background here on Kaya. I'm sorry, I'm unprepared here.
Kaya Dream, she is about a year into the business, fresh out of the Dudley Boys School out of Florida. She's been on AEW. You've seen her on ROW. Now she's here in PWF, trying to take on the best that PWF has to offer in the women's division, that being our champion, Claudia Solis.
You know, that's what I love about PWF is we try to be on the forefront of getting this young talent and showcase them. Marty doing a great job on AEW in reality. Wrestling doesn't get much bigger than that.
She's bringing down Culture Inc., who we'll see later on in this episode. Kaya coming down right now.
Former tag team champions later on tonight.
Very true. They're going to have a match of their own, but they're going to come out to support Kaya right now. I don't think she's going to need the help after seeing what she can do. But Claudia is no pushover. She's the women's champion for the reason. Claudia has 10 plus years experience in professional wrestling, indie wrestling. Claudia's going to give it to her. I don't think Kaya has what it takes being so young to take over the veteran, the champion, Claudia Solis. What do you think?
You know, Claudia Solis has been out of action for a little while. She's making her return here over the past few months, and she's been on fire, been wrestling everyone, everywhere.
And here she comes down to the ring right now. It's like she never even stepped out for 4 or 5 years. And here she comes.
Stop dancing, Jerry.
I'm sorry, I like this song. You know what? I need a shot. I need a shot.
Oh, we need to talk over this because, you know.
Yeah, a little bit.
Monetization is not very
There it is. There's your champion, ladies and gentlemen, the PWF Women's Champion with that beautiful belt strutting to the ring, Claudia Solis.
I like her Tatanka outfit.
I gotta go back old school. Not everybody remember who it was. I had to throw it out there because I'm an old school mark. Everybody knows that.
Well, let's hope nobody remembers Tatanka.
Let's talk about Claudia Solis. Brandon donning some brand new ring gear coming out, usually in the purple. She's in the green and blue today. Looking pretty good with that title around her waist. What do you think?
Yes, that's a very nice title.
It's a beautiful title belt, brand new. She's the only woman to ever wear it, and I think she deserves it.
Let's see if Kaya can change that tonight.
I think Kaya has a shot, but I don't think she can overtake Claudia.
Why did you book it, Jerry?
She asked for the match. Claudia said she wants to see what the young lady has.
See, that's what I like. That's tenacity. That, hey, I'll drive 3 states over, 4 states over to take on somebody that I think I can beat. I like that self-confidence. You know what? I want to see what Kaya's got. She's winning me over with that attitude right now.
We'll see what she got. I'm just waiting on Isaac to ring the bell, showing the belt to both ladies. Fixing to get underway.
That's
right
what it's
now.
all about right there.
The crowd's ready for it. They're clapping it up. Waiting on the bell to ring. Isaac checking both, seeing if they're ready. And we're underway.
Claudia seems very relaxed. Like this is her house, it's her domain.
So far, nobody's been able to shut her down. She's been in the house with a couple other shows. She's been on here at Headlock.
Kaya working for that headlock there. Has a side headlock now.
I mean, we saw how she just tore into Charisma on the last show, but Kaya's not Charisma. Let's see what she's got. Big hair takedown.
Claudia enjoying a weight advantage over Kaya, just like she did Charisma. She's a muscular woman. She's big.
She's a big muscular woman. She's very strong, very thick. Just I don't see anybody knocking her off the mountain for a while.
You see, this could play into the match. You see Claudia being distracted here by the presence of Culture Inc.
That could be very well why they're out there.
Single leg takedown here.
That was very nice.
Into a cover.
Claudia with her shoulder up.
Another side headlock. Kaya putting all that weight on that arm and that head, trying to wear down Claudia.
You hear the crowd trying to get Claudia up. To no avail yet. Oh, she's up on her knees. One knee.
The armbar still locked in.
Punch to the face by the champion.
And taking the wrist lock for herself. Oh, immediately firing back here. Feisty rolling through
out of it.
And a kip up. Very athletic.
Back to the armbar. She's putting Claudia on the ropes right now. Not figuratively, but she's giving her a run for her money.
Oh, look at that beautiful step over and
Claudia showing that experience.
Oh, Claudia's showing that mean streak as well.
Yeah, everybody knows she's got a mean streak. Oh, she thinks they're jealous. See, talking to the guys on the outside, getting the saying once again.
Are you jealous I'm not pulling your hair?
Oh, PG, man. PG.
All right, that's what happened to your hair, huh, Jerry?
Yeah, it all got pulled out by Mother Nature.
Single leg takedown here and a stomp to the back of the leg. Look out for Roden. Oh!
Big kick.
Oh, I mean, Claudia here just, you know, she doesn't care if the fans like her or not, but she's going to do whatever it takes to win.
And Kaya firing right back. Got her in a headlock right now on the ropes.
I don't know why it's not a rope break here. Oh, okay, Isaac's doing his job. I'm sorry, Isaac. That's your job.
Just can't see him, but you hear him counting in the background. Oh, and a big slap to the chest by Kaya Dream. But she's not staying on her. She's backing off her, letting Claudia get off the ropes. Listen, one woman you don't want to do that to. They're squaring off. Claudia with a big kick to the gut and a hammering blow to the back. You hear words of advice from Culture Inc. on the outside for Kaya Dream.
Tell her to stay in the fight. Yeah, it's easy to stay in the fight whenever you're not getting punched in the face.
By a woman that'll take it to a man, and I've seen it plenty of times in intergender matches with Claudia. She's beat that out of a few men. I've seen it happen. And Kaya just...
Did you see that? Most wrestlers go for a choke on the rope, but Claudia just kicked her in the face.
Claudia just don't care. Just
look at that arm bar there. Using her legs. You know, most people hook it with the arm.
Oh my God, that should have broke her arm right there.
Kaya Dream, you know, it's suffering here.
Claudia setting her up, and she gets blocked here.
This could be it. 1, 2, using the rope.
Isaac. Claudia with a rope break, saving her title.
It looked like Kaya was going to come in and try to capitalize, but she saw that Claudia had her eyes up. Oh,
she missed.
She's going for that arm drag. Claudia pulling her weight back, snapping that headlock takeover.
Claudia in the middle of the ring, holding her down. Now Kaya getting up out of the headlock.
Kaya's been working that headlock the whole time, and now Claudia taking back over, taking her to the ropes, and a huge shot to the gut there.
Whipped across the ring, Kaya off the ropes. Sidewalk slam perhaps from Claudia Solis. Big sidewalk
showing that power.
And a kick out by Kaya. Big boot to the gut again. Saying that she wants another one. I don't think Kaya wants another one. There's no way she can want another one. Kaya fighting back though with a roll through. Who's got who here?
A roll up of her own. Claudia got her shoulders down there.
Holding on to it into a, looks like a hammerlock again, into a stretch. What is Claudia doing? Into a slam.
Oh, Claudia just mauling Kaya Dream right now.
Oh, count of one. You hear Culture trying to get behind Kaya, but just holding on to that front face lock, hammering onto her back as Claudia Solis.
Shutting her down over and over again.
Reversal whip Claudia off the rope. Nice hip toss by Kaya Dream. The champion is down.
Kaya with a slight delay there. She's reeling from those strikes earlier. Didn't quite get it all, but got enough to get that armbar.
Into a nice armbar, Claudia in the middle of the ring, and it's cinched in. Oh, Kaya reverses into an elbow lock now, it seems.
But both these women's offense is very similar. You know, working the head, working the arm. Both women picking a body part and trying to tear it apart.
And Claudia just with a couple of punches to the face now, but Kaya finally lets go of the armbar. Kaya with a big punch to the face. Claudia off the ropes. Another attempt at across the ring. Just
there's that arm drag she was nice for earlier. Yeah. Kaya Dream, here she comes, building up offense
big
over and over.
To the chest.
But she believed in herself. She came all the way down here like we talked about earlier.
Nice down.
Leg sweeping back into that armbar. Kaya's been looking for that armbar the whole time. Again, I'm not familiar with Kaya, but just judging how she's been working that arm and going for that armbar the entire match, that arm bar must be her go-to move.
And that arm has to be hurting Claudia by now. That's the second time.
Look at Claudia getting her legs in there to break that arm.
That's a veteran move. She's been around for a long time. She's trying to get out of it, and she knows how to.
And she's putting pressure on that bicep and she's in that arm herself.
And reverses it. Claudia the first up.
You know, I mean,
into a knuckle lock, into a choke.
This is a very technical match, and you don't normally see that in this certain division.
No, you don't. Here in PWF, we don't have many women around yet, but Claudia is saying why the women don't want to come around. I mean, look at her pick apart Kaya Dream right now, just rolling her up into a pin. 1, 2, Kaya kicks out again. This little lady just will not give up, and I love that about our talent here. They just don't give up. They make them take them to the limit every single time.
That's the best thing about independent wrestling. All these ladies and gentlemen doing their best to make it in this industry, giving everything they have at all times. I mean, that's one of our requirements when we book here, right, Jerry?
That's got to be. We only want the best here at PWF, and you're seeing two of the best right now. Claudia with a big senton into Kaya, hung up on the ropes. Kaya is down in the corner. What's Claudia got going here? Another rolling thunder.
Face this time.
Kaya has got to be out. You see her doubled over, hanging onto the bottom rope. But Claudia down now as well.
You know, how much came out of Claudia pulling off those maneuvers?
Who's going to be the first to their feet? Let's see. Right now, Claudia has to get up. She looks closest to it. Claudia up to her knees. Kaya up as well. Oh, there's the frustration, and just throws Kaya down to the mat.
You know, screaming and running at her opponent. I mean, can you imagine being beat down, your limbs stretched, and then someone just yelling like that comes running at you?
Hear Kaya crying. It sounds like she's crying, whimpering, in pain in the corner, but it looks like Claudia's just having her way with her now. Claudia off the rope and misses. Kaya moved out the way, possibly playing a little bit of possum there on the ropes. Kaya out the way. She needs to capitalize, but she looks like she's trying to get some feeling back in that arm. You hear Culture Inc. getting behind Kaya again, and looks like she got the best of that clothesline, but no, maybe not.
She tried to throw that clothesline, and Claudia tried to catch that arm and go back to that arm breaker.
Kaya gets her down though. Claudia didn't get it.
Claudia sitting up looking ferocious, telling Dream to come at her.
So come at me, girl. What else you got? I ain't down yet.
And she's going to go there and try to pick her up. Claudia sucking her in, trying to grab an armbar, trying to grab an MMA style maneuver. She's got both arms here. She's wrenching both of them. Kind of making a mistake of coming in. She should have just let her stand up. This is reminiscent of a jiu-jitsu match or MMA fight where the striker, for some reason, goes down there with the jiu-jitsu wrestler.
It's a little unorthodox, I have to say right there, but it was effective.
Claudia's
out of it. Big whip to the rope. Kaya out the way. Claudia misses.
Claudia tried to shoot the Dream in, but instead of letting her go, she tugged on that injured arm. But Claudia fight to the pain and throwing clotheslines, capitalizing.
Kaya, what's she going for? Big knee lift onto the champion. The champion is dazed in the corner. Kaya got her with a back elbow. We haven't seen anybody be able to do this to her yet.
Claudia down to her knees. Oh, an STF style maneuver. Face planting her. This could be it. This could be it right here.
1, 2. Claudia kicks out right at 3. And a big kick to the face to get up.
You know, if she would have rolled Claudia up over sooner, she might have been getting that 3 count. But Claudia had a little time to recover.
That we talked about.
Suplex, and then looked like she was going for a pin.
Claudia, what is Claudia doing here? This is very unorthodox. Looks like some kind of submission move, maybe. Claudia just...
Look at all that weight on the top of her neck.
And that's it. She tapped out, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, Claudia, that was... Looks like a chokehold, but the ref said it was legal nonetheless.
I mean, it looked like she set all her weight on top of her neck. I've never seen that kind of maneuver, but it looked excruciating.
It looked like it hurt me. I'm pretty sure it hurt Kaya. But nonetheless, as you hear it, Claudia Solis is still your women's champion.
Alright, and up next, another title match, the Lone Star title. Mason, take on his biggest challenge yet.
Mason has not been dethroned, but he has not faced T-Ray.
Mason, my first son. You are the front runner of all of this, leading the charge. And now it's your time to show everyone why you've been Lone Star Champion. Longest reigning. Prove to T-Ray who the change is. I know you're ready. You've been ready. Waiting. Now it's time to prove yourself. Alone. Are you ready? Show me!
That's a hell of a motivational speech.
Literally just slapped the taste out of his mouth, seeing if he was ready to go.
I bet you motivate your life like that.
I would be looking up if I did that to my wife. My wife would slap the shit out of me.
I mean, she would slap you like Chris Carter gets slapped
Look,
with
Mason coming out by himself. We've never seen Mason come out by himself.
I mean, you heard Chris Carter tell him you have to do this on your own, by yourself. Murthy, even after hearing that, tried to come out with him, and it was reiterated by himself.
Chris stopped him. I mean, that shows the power of Chris over Muerte Silencioso, stopping the big man from coming out just by saying no. But Mason on his own tonight. Let's see how he handles T-Ray. We've seen him in the past, but it's usually been with the help of Chris Carter, or here recently with Muerte Silencioso.
You know, the change going under, you know, for lack of better words, a change, evolving
is the word for it, adding the big man. But here it is, Mason putting to his test tonight against another challenge of this big man coming from Central Texas, the man known as the Ray of Light, T-Ray.
You know, he was known as the best kept secret in Texas, but that secret is kept no more. He's one of the biggest breakout stars in Texas wrestling right now.
Ever since T-Ray's come to PWF a few months back, T-Ray has been on fire. As you see, T-Ray coming out right now has been on fire in the Texas scene, booking all across the state, booking across the lower part of.
How fitting would it be for one of the top Texas talents to become the Lone Star champion?
That's why he's in this position. That's why he was put in this match. T-Ray has earned this match. We've seen T-Ray plenty of times here in PWF. He is top tier. He is ready to be premier.
You know, and let's be honest here, Mason Malice is a kid that has all the tools, but Chris Carter's seen him in the PWF training camp, and he swapped him up. He saw that he might be a little weak-minded, gave Mason Malice a bunch of empty promises, and then a couple title runs later, Mason Malice is a 24/7 champion and a Lone Star champion at the same time.
All within his first year of being a professional wrestler, and T-Ray here to stop that right now.
You know, but Chris Carter helping him get those belts, but then what happened is that he brainwashed this kid into giving them titles to him. Chris Carter becoming a 24/7 champion. If you notice, Chris Carter hasn't capitalized on anything.
Chris Carter has not at all. And then he gets mad at Mason for being a champion, it seems, because he's not. Could it be jealousy? Could it be...
I think it's more like a military tactic. I mean, Chris Carter says he's this leader of change, but I tell you what, he's a leader of a cult.
That could be true. And Hunter holding up that Lone Star Championship right there, showing everybody what it's about. Mason Malice standing in the corner, and the bell rings. T-Ray is in the middle of the ring, looking Malice right in his eyes, saying, boy, that title is coming home with me today. You don't have your lackeys, you have nobody. Oh! Just shuts him up. T-Ray right back, exchange, back and forth.
T-Ray getting the better of it, big right hand. Mason Malice blocking. T-Ray grabbing it by the head, throwing some knees. These two guys exchanging back and forth.
I mean, if you know anything about T-Ray can go 30, 45 minutes, so there's no way Mason's about to hurt him in the beginning of this match.
Big monsters trapped into the gut of
shoulder blocks, just killing Mason Malice down already. And T-Ray just brushing it off like nothing. Saying, kid, you ain't got nothing.
T-Ray is the veteran of this match, but Mason Malice, again, is a hot rookie here in PWF. Yeah, I would just love to see what he could do without Chris Carter.
Mason has done more in a year being pro than a lot of men have done in 10 years that we've seen over the years. I mean, who else have you seen rise to fame like Mason Malice has in his first 365 days?
You'd love to see Mason Malice rise up in the air. Oh no!
T-Ray.
There's that Chris Carter slap right there.
But look, that just did nothing but
big double. Look at those right hands laying into Mason Malice. Mason Malice
battles him over and gives it right back to him. Now it's a brawl.
Both men going out of the ring. It looks like Mason Malice was about to take the worst end of that.
Oh my God. Mason felt every bit of that. He's going to have that handprint there for a week.
Big forearm to the side of the head. Oh, Mason Malice
Nice
blocking
block.
that. T-Ray taking it aside.
T-Ray bangs his head into that hardest part of the apron.
Neither men look like they're getting the better of each other. What's Mason Malice doing?
Mason just pandering to the crowd. Mason,
What the hell? Oh my God!
We've never seen Mason do that before. Right on T-Ray, on point, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see that again. Oh, and it looked even prettier the second time. Good shot.
I mean, how much damage did Mason Malice? They coming straight down on top of his head and shoulders. But this is one of those, hey, drink the punch, kid. Hey, sacrifice yourself. Hey, go out there and hurt yourself for the benefit of me.
But do not lose. That is the end of that Chris gives him every time. Do not lose. Do not embarrass me. Now, just being all kinds of narcissistic against T-Ray, saying, oh, I got it, just clapping behind him, but he's been able to back it up so far.
You know, and Mason Malice entwined with the chain and the dog pound, you know, a lot of conversation going on there. Chris Carter coming out saying, you know, you're what needs to change in this business. You know, and it needs to change.
Big boot to the face. Not mean to cut you off right there, Jason, but he's just, right now, he's manhandling T-Ray. I mean, and we haven't seen many people do that. T-Ray's rocked.
So it all started from that big sometime over the top rope. You know, T-Ray has not been able to get back in here. You hear the crowd getting behind him.
I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can scout your opponent, watching tape, watching film, learning, hearing from other people. But when you've never seen a person do that, by, for instance, Mason coming off the top rope, you don't know how to prepare for that when you've never seen it done before.
Mason digging deep into his bag of tricks up here on the top rope now. Another place I haven't seen Mason.
Superplex possibly on the T-Ray.
T-Ray fighting tooth and nail. He knows if he takes this move, it's all over for him. Look at that power of T-Ray able to shove Mason Malice.
Throws him down.
Mason Malice face first, yes sir. Now T-Ray, look, T-Ray sitting on top. I mean, T-Ray's a big athletic man, and every now and then you see him pull something amazing out of his bag.
We've seen T-Ray fly many a times. Up. He misses. He jumps back up. Split-legged moonsault. Knees on point right into the sternum. 1, 2. Mason kicks out at 2. T-Ray a little frustrated, as you see. He's won many matches with that move right there and could not keep Mason Malice down.
You know, that's the problem with these high-risk maneuvers. They take some time to pull off. Maybe a combination moves a little quicker because got that pinfall right now. T-Ray looking for this goal. Oh.
I think it's just a little bit too early. Mason can go, and we're seeing that right now. I think it's just a little too early to put down the PWF Lone Star Champion right now.
Reversal back into, and a big kitchen sink knee there.
I think that took all the air out of him. T-Ray
up on the shoulders.
On them monster traps of T-Ray.
Looking for that T5.
Mason with the elbows trying to get out of it. That's a lot of... Oh, he gets out and puts him into
Kimura. Look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful. A big plethora of MMA moves here tonight. Yeah, that just shows the evolution of professional wrestling.
T-Ray trying to get to the rope, but not able to as of yet. Hunter right there making sure the action goes on as well.
You can tell T-Ray's inexperienced in this move. He can roll Mason Malice onto his shoulders and get a pinfall there.
T-Ray just worried about getting out of it. This has to hurt a lot to this man right now. And he gets to the ropes. Hunter with the break. Mason has a count of 5, up to 4, and breaks the hold.
Yeah, he broke the hold, but you have to wonder what kind of damage is done to that shoulder.
That man has all the potential in the world, but
have you seen when Frank Mir broke Nogueira's arm with that same move?
We've seen it many times. I mean, T-Ray, all them big muscles, but it doesn't help whenever your arm gets snapped in half.
Oh, looking for the T-bomb. Everything's a T-move with T-Ray.
Mason out with a
big T-suplex. That was a spine buster. That was
spine buster.
It was spine buster. Mason Malice uses.
It was effective.
Mason Malice going to the top rope.
What is this kid? We've never seen this guy do it. I mean, I mean, is he learning from Chris?
He's gonna do a 630.
Oh, senton and hits.
Dude, this might be the hit for T-Ray.
Maybe Mason can get over the red light. Oh, T-Ray sits up and has him. We've seen this many times. T-Ray sit up with his opponents and roll through. That's exactly what we're seeing right here. Mason is no little guy. Mason is 6'1", 230 pounds.
Oh, look at this, rolling back at the 1-2. Rear fall. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought that, rolling around. Both
T-Ray rolls him back, and no man, a big boot just cuts him right off. Oh my God, and a clothesline from hell.
Last ditch effort from T-Ray. T-Ray knew he was going down, able to throw himself into that clothesline, even knocked both men down here.
Mason looks down for the count, but how much did it take out of T-Ray? Both men are down. Mason's stirring. T-Ray's still yet to move.
I tell you, I think Mason might be out here. Look at this crowd getting crazy for T-Ray. Let's see if T-Ray can feed off that energy and get to his feet and capitalize on that clothesline.
Mason to his knee, up to his feet. But throws a punch. T-Ray blocks with a punch of his own. Mason throws again. Another one blocked. T-Ray going behind. Full Nelson out of it by Mason Malice trying one of his own. That's a T-Ray move. He just pulled a T-Ray move on himself. We don't know what to call it. Anything T-Ray does is a T-Ray move.
It's a T-German suplex.
It's a T-German
Now
suplex.
it's an M suplex.
Now Mason pulled it off better than the master of the move did himself. One,
That's
two.
crazy here, Jerry. That was a Mason T suplex.
MTS. Mason
I like that.
suplex.
That was nice.
Made up on spot. I'm here all day.
That's why you're the boss.
I'm here all day.
But more importantly, using his own move, what kind of psychological effect does that have?
And now he
looks T-Ray set up for that pop-up powerbomb.
T-Ray holds on.
T-Ray raw scout has a hook, comes in, got his own.
A knee breaker right across and still holding on to the neck for more leverage, more hurt.
And again,
First buster. T-Ray trying to get the crowd behind him now. Mason stirring.
crowd is on fire for T-Ray right now. This could be T-Ray's moment. T-Ray could win this match. T-Ray could become the Lone Star champion,
which nobody's been able to pull over on Malice yet. Malice goes to slap and T-Ray just brushes it off.
Mason Malice will not be embarrassed. Mason Malice will not accept
He
defeat.
ain't gonna be embarrassed because he don't know where he is at right now to be embarrassed. He just kicked the life out of that kid. Mason don't even know where he is.
I'm just saying, the defiance left in Mason.
Here comes Mason up in the T-plex. T-Ray has him up. Mason has no idea where he is.
Look at this video in there. Oh, look at the
In the middle of the ring, ref count 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, T-Ray, the new PWF Lone Star champion, knocks off the former champion Mason Malice. Nobody has been able to do this.
Mason Malice was the longest running champion in PWF. Not anymore. There's a new era for Lone Star champions. T-Ray, and ladies and gentlemen, T-Ray is allowed to defend this title anywhere and everywhere.
Everywhere in the state of Texas, no matter what. Chris Carter did.
Oh, here comes Murphy.
And the big man coming in to ruin the celebration.
Look at him, he's pulling Chris off to get some of that.
T-Ray just trying to celebrate his victory over Mason Malice, and of course the pack style.
The pack-like mentality of the change, like a bunch of wolves. This is Liam Nielsen in the gray right now getting mauled to death.
Chris on the outside. They said he was going to do it on his own.
Look at Birthday holding him down for Chris Carter. What's Chris Carter up there doing?
Chris with a shooting star press, knees first into the sternum. T-Ray just, even though he won, he is losing the battle right now.
Look at this look right now between Chris Carter and Mason. Tell him it's okay. Oh, no, it is not okay.
The double.
Wait, what is going on here? Look at big sit-down choke bomb.
Worthless Silencioso is nothing to play with. This man is 6'7", 300 pounds of nothing but meanness. Nothing but brutality.
Like he says, he is hate, he is pain, he is anger, and he is death. Having some technical difficulties, but that doesn't change the fact that T-Ray is the champion, and the Change laying a beatdown on T-Ray.
Change laying a big beatdown. Muerte Silencioso stepping over the top rope, but they leaving without the Lone Star Championship. That's what T-Ray came for, and that's what he got. But has the damage been done to T-Ray? And I mean, we only see what happens to Mason Malice when he wins. But now that he's lost the championship, what is Chris Carter going to do next?
What's going to happen at PWF next? Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen,
that's the aftermath
TJ
there.
is down, but he is your new Premier Wrestling Federation Lone Star Champion.
Yeah, I mean, we need to get some attention out there on T-Ray. This is ridiculous. Halfway through to Forever, we have a stat card for tonight. Right up next, we have Erod taking on Tommy Bolton.
The brute of the Forsaken, the enforcer of the Forsaken. I can't stand these guys, so you just go ahead and take over.
You know, Tommy Bolton is the man that caused Erod his title. Erod was attacked by the Forsaken at Ascension. They came out, they laid the boots from Tommy leading the charge, and Hayes capitalized
After him beating Common Bligh in that tables match, a long 20-minute tables match, and Erod successfully defended his title, only for a minute later, Tommy Bolton, Vinny,
Zuko coming in late, the whole Forsaken, all 10 guys, 15 guys, I don't know how many men are in this group.
and as we thought that Hayes had left the building, all of a sudden here Hayes comes walking out, hands under the title, and he's cashing in. The man said they said he was gone from the building.
Yeah, and then the next LiveWire, Erod had that match won, and guess who comes running in? Tommy Bolton. So Tommy Bolton has been around the scene for a long time, and now all of a sudden, since he's aligned himself with the Forsaken, after turning on the Maniac, just another wrinkle in the story. Look at all the gold this man has. RWR Fusion title. I don't even know what other tag team title it is. Him and Vinny Zuko are tag team champions of two organizations, all in another one.
This man just has all the gold, the brute with the gold of the Forsaken. But the only one that matters right now is the one that he holds dear, that we hold dear, is the tag team championships that he holds around his waist right now.
You know what? All the titles matter, because if he's out there being the champion of other organizations, he's making more money. And the more money you make, the more power you have in this industry. And you know what? PWF standpoint, all the power lies with the Forsaken.
All of it. Damn it, all of it does right now. I can't stand it. Look, I'm just shaking right now just thinking about it.
No offense, but you really need to learn how to read a contract, Jay. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I actually have 25 vacation days. We only run 12 shows a year, bud.
I wish I had one of them right now, so I didn't have to call this match. I can't stand this guy or any of them in that damn group.
Well, you gotta respect the talent of Tommy Bolton.
You have to respect it, but you don't have to like it.
I think the man's a total package, but just like we talked about with half the guys on this roster, just the attitude and the mentality, total turn up. But here comes a stand-up guy. Here comes a hard worker. Here comes the man with the most heart in PWF, the People's Champion,
the former PWF champion, Irad, coming to the ring right now. The premier champion, the first premier champion, Irad, coming to the ring right now to face Tommy Bolton in this one-on-one match.
Now this is a grudge match. This is a retribution match. Erod needs this win. He was undefeated, and now he's been on the backslide. 2 losses in a row. Granted, there's been a lot of things going on, a lot of people getting involved, but the stats don't lie, and that empty waist doesn't lie either.
The man walking out without the gold around his waist, you can see that he's looking around. Even at the woman of the Forsaken, he's making sure his back.
Tommy's woman now.
He was checking out his back, making sure that no one is behind him again.
Because you know what? She caused the tag titles.
She did. She come in with the low blow out of no one knowing who she was. And then all of a sudden on Nathan Bradley, he gets low blowed and the tag team championships are gone. And then you see Tommy holding her neck.
Again, Ascension, our biggest pay-per-view, a clean sweep with the Forsaken, capturing all the gold that night.
Damn it. There's no other word I can say, but damn it, I can't swear any more than that.
See that eccentric roll there?
Wow. Now a big tie-up. Didn't think this would be a wrestling match. I thought this was going to be a fight, Jason.
Tie-up is part of a fight. If you get the better of his tie-up and take your opponent down and keep from getting that. Look at Erod.
Erod just... Oh, and now the push back.
Erod's a chill guy. He could have capitalized on that hit there, but
Erod going for the tie-up again, and Tommy putting him in an armbar.
Yeah, that's the thing about Erod. He's always been a burger and a beer kind of guy. Just a really relaxed, chill guy. But the Forsaken is really getting under his skin. And I don't think this kid is properly prepared for the wrestling business. He thought, I'm going to come in, train hard, work hard, People are going to respect me. I'm going to respect them back. I'm going to become a champion. He didn't realize how evil and conniving people in his business.
Once you get to the top of that mountain, there's no higher to go. Everybody shoots for it, and you see he had a whole club shooting at him, a whole biker gang shooting at him, a whole bunch of bullies shooting at him that he didn't even know about it. They were lying in wait until he was done with Colin Bligh, or Colin Bligh was done with him. They were, no matter what, I have a feeling they were coming out.
Beautiful arm dragged by Erod. I don't think it mattered who had that title. Exactly. It was going home with the Forsaken.
Exactly. They played a little bit of hocus pocus saying that Hayes was out of the building. Lo and behold, here he comes from the back with the Ascension title in his hand.
And these men are using everything they can to keep him defending these titles.
Big blows, one another back and forth to the face.
We want to make it very clear to our fans, if it was us, we would just book these matches and go right to it. They have their lawyers involved. They have these contracts in place where they don't have to defend the titles till 60 days. So we're sitting here buying our time until we can force them into matches.
We literally have to force them into matches. As you've seen,
Hey, take them out tonight.
yeah, and a few months ago we had to force him into the match with
Look at
Lowrider.
the power of the Brute, and look at the technicality of Erod. Look at that. Trying to roll through, but look at the Brute reaching down and picking him up.
Big headbutt, and nobody wins in a headbutt, but it looks like he did right there with that sidewalk slam. 1, 2, and
Nobody wins in a headbutt if you don't know how to throw a headbutt. Your hard part has to meet their soft part.
Yeah, I've never won in a headbutt, and I got a big hard head. I'll just tell you that.
How many people have you headbutted? Oh, look at that. No chops having any effect.
Tommy just standing there pulling the straps down saying, come on kid, do it again. Big slap, does not move the big Brute.
Erod looking confused here. Normally this works.
Oh, and Irad knocked right to his ass off of one chop, writhing around in pain. And that's with the shirt on, Jason. Not even with the shirt off. And he spoke a little too soon. Oh, now you know that one he felt even more without the shirt on.
Erod being absolutely punished here tonight. Erod taking that shirt off, I'll just zip my jacket back up.
Yeah, if it hurt that bad with it on, I would not take it off right now. Snapmare takeover. Tommy off the ropes with big clothesline, knocking Erod back down. It's been all Tommy Bolton so far, the big Brute.
Erod had some offense at the beginning, very little, but Tommy Bolton able to capitalize on. I mean, just the size difference of these two men. Yeah, but Erod wanted this match. He wanted this retribution, and Tommy Bolton was the only member of the Forsaken willing to accept the match tonight. So we got to take what we can get, whatever chink, whatever head we can knock them down. We got to take. Look at that beautiful face buster onto the knee there from a wheelbarrow position. You know, Tommy Bolton not seeing that coming. Erod building the momentum. Oh, huge discus clothesline.
I don't like the guy for the way he acts, but I guess I'd have to say Tommy is the only one with the cojones, I could say, to step into this match. Nobody else wanted. Everybody else wanted a night off.
You know, and just to reiterate what happened, Tommy Bolton coming in acting like a friend of, the Maniac and JT, saying he had their back.
And all he did was club him in the back when his back was turned and join the Forsaken.
Both men had a friendly match, and yeah, when the Forsaken came running out, he acted like he had their back and turned on him. Turned on the Maniac.
Disgrace. Utter disgrace.
You know, this issue with the Forsaken is just intertwined itself with every member of the roster. It's going on, and something's got to change. Oh, look at that! Look, see that outside interference by this lady here.
See, that's why I said earlier, Erod has to watch his back, even with the proteges at ringside being
the
his
fact that we ever call her
girlfriend.
this lady, this girl, his girlfriend. We barely know the names of these competitors. We only know what they have allowed us to know. We don't know how many there are of them. Because you know what? They have this open-ended contract where it says Forsaken member on the dollar.
Every time we come back, there's a new member, there's a new protege, there's a new manager, there's a new somebody every time we see him.
And it all comes down to that lack of competition that they find themselves in. We get them in a match, but we have to give a little bit every time we get them in.
And just that little bit seems a lot is taken out of PWF every time a little bit is taken. But Erod back up to his feet, Tommy not realizing it yet. Erod puts him into a fireman's carry.
The strength of Tommy Bolton. I mean,
the weight of Tommy just brings him back down, picks up Erod. Erod flips out of it.
Waist lock into the ropes, roll through.
Tommy holds on. Erod with a springboard. Hurricane Rana maybe? Yes! Hurricane Rana also.
Tommy Bolton trying to fight it off, but Erod using that core streak, getting him over, looking for that flying forearm.
Big catch by the
We've
Bligh.
seen this before, into a face buster.
Into a front face buster, and Erod just sitting there, don't know where he is. And a kick to the face. He's got to be seeing little Tweety birds after that. It's just over with. There's no way. Erod's got to be down, and Tommy just showing off for the crowd now.
He's trying to get out of the crowd's skin here.
Erod's starting to stir a little bit, but there's no way he knows where he is. Well, maybe he knows he's against Tommy Bolton because he just got kicked in the back twice. For the third, fourth, fifth, God, how many times?
Just all the way
stomping
to the
him.
mat. Yeah, Erod might be regretting this decision here.
You can't ever count Erod out. You've seen him the very first time he won the Premier Championship in that TLC ladder match. Nobody thought he was going to come out the victor, and look what he did. The kid has perseverance, and the kid can go.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why he has been the PWF champion for so long. That's why he was the first Premier champion.
And held by that stooge Hayes. Now I can't stand it. I swear if I could fire him right now, I would, but I had to give him that contract.
To go back to what we were talking about, I don't want to sound disparaging, but you and myself are believing in this PWF roster. We're putting it all on the line, giving them a chance to get them in the ring, and we're not getting the job done. And it's no fault of their own. It's from these run-ins. It's from these interferences.
There's always an interference. There's never a clean match, it seems like. So far, it's been a clean match. Erod hasn't...
there's no honor amongst thieves,
Erod hasn't had to do with a run-in as of yet. Hopefully he doesn't, but the other Forsaken members are never far behind. You saw at the beginning of the show, every one of them is in the building tonight. Erod trying to power out.
At the end of the last LiveWire, Erod found a common enemy of the Forsaken with the tag team of Justin Tyler and the Maniac.
Exactly, but you never know. The Maniac trusted Tommy Bolton and see what happened. You never know who's going to put each other and who's going to join the Forsaken next. Hopefully nobody. Erod with a big kick to the side of the head. For all we know, Justin Tyler, Nathan Bradley, or even the Maniac could stab anybody in the back. We hope not.
I honestly don't believe that one bit.
We didn't think Tommy was going to do it either.
Tommy was a newcomer into PWF. He had a match with Savage King. He didn't like how he was treated backstage. He was approached by the Forsaken, and he decided to join up. He took a shortcut, it paid off, he's got titles.
He found much success, but now Erod's taking over on the match right there.
On the other hand, the Maniac has been fighting tooth and nail. Every chance he can get in there with Hayes, issues didn't go well with the lowrider breaking the ball over the lowrider's head, instead losing his temper.
Yeah.
Justin Tyler getting his collarbone broken. It's become a blood vendetta now.
Nathan Bradley stepped in when Justin Tyler got hurt. They've been on a run so far, but they had a good run as tag team champions as well against Tommy Bolton and Vinny Zuko, but as we said earlier, the lady on the outside, the lady of the Forsaken, stepped in and made sure that didn't continue to where the Forsaken held.
Look at the power of Tommy Bolton. That's reminiscent of Erod's own Falcon Arrow there.
And Erod kicking out, like I was saying before we cut to the action, and she made sure that the Forsaken took the title belts home with them. Even though we had no clue who she was, she stuck her nose in the match. And Tommy Bolton that you see there now holds half of those titles in his grasp.
Erod's fighting tooth and nail. This match seems to be going on, and neither men willing to give up.
And that's the fighting spirit of Erod. He never gives up. 30, 45 minutes in many matches that we've seen. 30 minutes in a TLC match where he was clobbered over and over. You've seen him in a hardcore match against Chris Carter.
How long can you keep doing that? That has to take a toll on your body, and we're seeing that now. Look at that!
Oh my
Beautiful! Rolled through two!
Tommy Bolton kicks out at two. Rolls him up himself. Erod kicks out at two.
Backslide.
One, two. Erod gets the three off the backslide. Oh my God, Erod with the quick victory over Tommy Bolton. Tommy Bolton didn't even see it coming. Both men went for the backslide. Erod got to his knees first and gets the 1, 2, 3.
That's not going to sit well with Hayes.
Oh, not at all.
But at the end of the day, Tommy Bolton's still a tag team champion, multiple champion. But today, the victor is Erod. But is he a victor? Because he wanted to go in and put a hurting on a member of the Forsaken, but he barely escaped with his own well-being.
It may not have hurt his body too much, but it hurt his mind.
I can't wait to see him take on the rest of the Forsaken and get a shot at his title.
Oh, next we got
A huge debut.
JJ Blake taking on the young man Dallas Quinn. The funky dancer taking on the full-time old veteran JJ Blake. And here we go.
You know, I'm excited for this debut.
And there's man right there. He's been around Texas, around America for years.
He's been the champion of all Texas television.
I was like, all of Texas. Even without the belt, he is still the champion of Texas, all of Texas. Coming out to the ring, this man is a spectacle to see. He's done everything. He has been everywhere, won everything, dominated everybody, and now he's putting his name in PWF right now.
California, what is going on with this title? What is going on with No, it's fine. You can be from California. It's okay.
Then how has he been the champion of all Texas if he's from California? Just showing.
He won the Texas title, or the TV title or something.
Some kind of Texas title.
Not just some kind. The reality of wrestling.
Oh, okay. The ROW Texas title. Oh, you got something to say. Crowd not liking that too much.
At least the Texas crowd not like being called trash. Cocky as ever, JJ Blake.
How can you say cocky as ever? I've never seen this man not be cocky, so it's kind of just his lifestyle.
But he's got to deal with the funky dancing Dallas Quinn.
Woo, Dallas Quinn, baby. Look at the man coming out. Just doesn't care who he faces. He's going to have a good time.
Doesn't care how he looks when he's dancing either.
Apparently not. He's got that WBS that I call. I'm not gonna say exactly what it's called, but it's called the something swag.
Do you think that Walkman still works?
Oh my God, he does have a Walkman, ladies and gentlemen. He must have found it with that suit somewhere at the Salvation Army throwback 1980s section.
Now, what tape is he jamming?
1980s jamming, the way he's dancing. I'm gonna have to take his kids on the block. I mean, look at it.
Look at JJ's face. Look at that guy.
Like, what are you doing, kid? Just shut up and fight.
Alright, if you have a Walkman like that, a bitchin' Walkman like that.
I had a bitchin' Walkman like that, sir.
What tape were you jamming?
I was jamming Kid and Play. I swear to God, I was jamming Kid and Play kick step back in the day, man. Shut up.
I'm more of a child of the 90s. I used to record on there, but man, Fat Pat, want to be a baller. That was my jam, baby.
Man, we were in Discman by then. We weren't in Walkmans anymore.
I was poor. I had tapes.
Good comeback. I got you. Hit the play record button. Play record.
That's
Get it off the radio.
DJ trying to talk right before I can finish it. Son of a bitch.
I got you on that one. I did it.
All right, no joke here. The debut of JJ
All
Blake.
joking aside.
Look at Dallas Quinn trying to get in the dance. Oh, look. JJ's kind of getting into it. Look.
And he's like, okay, let's see what you got, kid.
Oh, yeah. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh! Shut up, kid, what he said. Just come here.
Oh, my God.
It says, man, 2 blows and looks like Dallas Quinn's already out on his feet.
Yeah, I feel like we've been saying this every match. JJ Blake is a big man.
JJ,
he's 6'2", 6'4" with that hairstyle.
I mentioned Kid and Play earlier. JJ's got the kid going on.
Oh, here comes the Black Hammer. This early in the match.
Calling for it early. Dallas ducks out of the way with a big hit of his own. JJ just absorbing those punches, standing there like
blocking the knee. Oh,
turns Dallas inside out. Dallas is out. It's got to be over. 1, 2. What? Dallas kicked out.
JJ's mad because he won't let him beat him.
Stay down, kid. You're stupid if you let the man punish you some more. But the man just keeps coming back. Dallas just won't let it die. We're only 3 minutes into this match. I thought it should have been over 4
Dallas
minutes ago.
fighting back, trying to shoot the massive JJ Blake out. JJ not having it. Huge, big back elbow.
Big back elbow has him down again. And now JJ is mocking Dallas Quinn.
JJ's a better dancer than Dallas. He's gonna dance all over his ass. Look at that.
It's got to be over. You hurt the ropes. Oh my God! We have a 16-foot ceiling, ladies and gentlemen, in front of the arena. I think he touched the rafters in that one. That's a long fall. He's down. JJ just toying with him now.
He's gonna rip his head off. Dallas Quinn still alive.
Dallas to his knees, trying to get up. The tenacity of this kid is unbelievable.
That was the weirdest parkour moves I've ever seen.
Whatever it was, I mean,
it was straight power of JJ Blake.
I think this kid's just going on adrenaline right now.
Look, he will not give up. He and Dallas Quinn
He
will not
broke the
give
headlock, ducks the clothesline. Sweet drop kick by Dallas Quinn. Has JJ in the corner.
Is sweet an 80s word or is it bitches?
Uh-oh. JJ turns him around, blocks the punch of his own by Dallas. JJ trying to go up the rope. Dallas beats him down. Big push off. Dallas up to the top rope.
Cross body.
Catches JJ. JJ rolls through with him.
JJ on that T-Ray-ish.
That T-Ray-ish, but effective.
Look at that. Shoulder to the top of the head. Good morning type position. Looked like he's trying to drop him, but
Dallas fighting out.
Yeah. Off the ropes, ducking the clothesline. Off the ropes again. Looking for that Hurricane Rana. JJ Blake using that power. Oh no. Trying to look for that huge power bomb that he hits. Look, Dallas couldn't fighting back and finishing off the Hurricane Rana.
Dallas finally gets JJ off his feet. JJ wildly in the corner.
Disoriented here.
Big knee lift.
The Dallas Quinn, could be the total package here for PWF.
It could be a pull off an upset. He's got JJ rocked in the corner, Jason.
This could be a major upset of JJ Blake's debut. Looking for a Bulldog here.
Pushes him off with authority.
Black hammer to the back of the head.
Man.
That's it. He's not going for the pin. This is all academic now. He's already hit the black hammer. I mean, Dallas Quinn's got to look at this nasty, vicious.
Oh my God! His head bounced, the boards bounced, the screen bounced, Hunter bounced. 1, 2, 3. Everybody, it's over. JJ Blake successful in his PWF debut against Dallas Quinn.
Dallas Quinn continues to draw the short straw here.
But the man doesn't give up and he don't bow down to anybody.
Speaking of not bowing down, look at JJ Blake.
Like it was nothing. Oh, takes the microphone again. What does he got to say now? You hear the crowd, let him have it.
There's your champion of Texas leaving the building.
Sounds like the crowd wants him to leave.
I'm excited to see what else JJ Blake will do here in PWS.
The sky is the limit for this man. Like we said, he's been everywhere. He's won everything, and now he's here to take it all in PWF.
Chris Carter taking on Bulldog. Bulldog finally gets his hands on Chris. This match was scheduled, and it was canceled due to Bulldog's injury. All started when Chris Carter walked down and let Bulldog know he's old, he's beat up, and he doesn't need to be here in PWF. Not my sentiments. I think Bulldog is a treasure, and we're happy to have him here.
We're very happy to have him. Bulldog has called Chris a pipsqueak many times, but Chris has said that what needs to change in PWF is people like Bulldog that are holding the youngsters back. And coming to the ring, as you see, Chris Carter has Muerta Silencioso and Mason Malice, the former now PWF champion, coming to the ring by his side.
A lot of buzz on Chris Carter, another one of Texas's rising stars right now. But, I mean, this kid's attitude is dog shit.
It's hard to say rising stars because this kid is already so far above where he should be right now at 21 years of age. This kid is taking over Texas. The Texas scene in the last 6 months, this kid is going everywhere.
I mean, he set out to change the business, and he is.
I mean, his win-loss record isn't the best, but he makes everybody know he was there, and they remember who the hell Chris Carter is by the time he's left.
Speaking of win-loss record, I think it's about to get a lot better with the team he's assembling right now.
He was hard enough with Mason Malice. Then you add the 6'7", 300-pound Muerte Silencioso to the mix.
He gets an inch taller every time you talk about it.
Man, 6'6", 6'7", 7'5". It doesn't matter. This man is a monster.
I mean, I'd be cocky too if I had 2 guys like that in my corner.
Yeah, the little pipsqueak with the 2 big guys. Oh, here he comes. the Bulldog, the man with 20-something years of experience that Chris says needs to change, but this man is still going like he was just started yesterday, ladies and gentlemen.
Bulldog falling victim to the numbers game, turned into one of his buddies in
the Rottweiler Jay Davis.
Jay Davis showing up, taking on Chris Carter, falling victim to the numbers game. Both men at Ascension teaming up to take on the change, and lights out. Marcus Slinzo appears in the ring, dismantles both men after a hard-fought match that they were clearly going to win.
They had Chris down. They were just looking for a good spot.
I think Chris nor Mason had almost any offense, and no pun intended, the Bulldogs, the dog pound was eating them alive.
After a big powerbomb, it looked like they were just about to pull him to the center of the ring. They were about to pull him to the center of the ring and win the match. Lights go out. Marcus Silencioso appears out of nowhere. Apparently he was what was coming for all those months, and just laid out the Bulldog and Jay Davis right in the middle of the ring.
If you go back and you listen to the words that Chris Carter was telling Bulldog, he said, "You're closer to death than you realize." And then Marcus Silencioso shows up,
which literally means
dropping hints.
Death. And Bulldog felt it.
Yeah, Bulldog don't care. Bulldog ain't scared. Bulldog's a man's man. He's been in this game a long time.
He took his ass whooping and he's right back. Finally gets his hands on the quote pipsqueak Chris Carter.
The leader of change, Chris Carter. You said that very weirdly. Your accent was very weird.
I quoted the Bulldog, the pipsqueak.
Don't let Birthday Silencioso hear you tell.
I'm not scared of him. Just don't tell him I said that.
I think he's looking over there.
Just don't tell him.
He's looking at you.
Okay, I didn't say that right now, but maybe. Okay, back to the match. Chris Carter taking his time. Bulldog getting the crowd behind him. Chris Carter just looked like he doesn't want to be in this match. Every time Bulldog steps forward, Chris backs up. Scared to tie up. Oh, see, ducks out of the ring already. Chris is scared to tie up with Bulldog.
Chris is a master of mind games. And that's Mr. Carter, President Carter, to you.
We already had a President Carter and he wasn't too good, but I'm going to go ahead and go on with this match.
It's a Little Wayne reference, bro.
I don't like Little Wayne either.
You're uncultured swine.
I'll be that. I'm not a Little Wayne fan.
You didn't have that on your Walkman tape?
I still don't have Little Wayne on my tape.
Chris Carter and another shoulder tackle here.
Jason, stop getting off subject. We got to get on Bulldog.
Bulldog is rolling through Chris Carter. Again, dropped out. Bulldog and
didn't get too high. Didn't get too high, but it was very effective knocking Chris Carter down.
His offense is bowling shoe ugly, but it's effective.
It's that old school offense that just ground and pound, mixed in with a little bit of new stuff to accommodate the new style.
W to W.
Suplex onto Chris Carter, feeling the effects. Bulldog right back up, calling for the crowd.
And here you hear the barks coming in. This crowd loves Bulldog.
They absolutely love the Bulldog.
Oh, and look at that red mark on the spine of Chris Carter.
Carter's not loving the Bulldog right now.
You think Chris Carter's gaining some weight? Look at that mask of pain.
Maybe
Chris Carter's
maybe
face.
some hair. It doesn't look like he's gained any weight in the last 3 years. And some weight right now would help him against those massive chops of the Bulldog, Justin Walker. It looks like the Bulldog's just playing with him now, but Chris Carter's nothing to play with. We've seen Chris Carter take some punishment.
That's the key to Chris Carter. He's got to be in movement. He's got to be jumping off stuff. He's got to be using his entire body as a weapon to make up that. Oh,
big back body drop. You say using his body, he just used his body to slam the mat back down.
Now Chris on the outside, Mother Slinzo making his way over there, scooping Chris Carter up and putting him on his feet.
Just picks him up off the floor like nothing. Having a little pep talk now.
Change, checking on Chris Carter, and Bulldog
jump off the apron, taking out all 3 members of the change. Bulldog with the bark, getting the crowd behind him.
Not staying out there for long.
He knows when he's outnumbered, he gets it in and gets it out, gets back in the ring where he should be.
But that's Silencio up first, and he looks angry.
You don't want to piss the big man off. Looks like it's starting to happen a little bit. Even pushes Mason off. Chris comes back in. Nope, not the hard way. He lands on his feet.
Here's the hard way right here.
Big power slam. Bulldog saying he's going
Good
up.
scoop slam there. Oh, look at this.
What's the Bulldog got?
Vader bomb. It's Vader time.
Misses the Vader bomb.
So pulling Chris Carter out of the way of damage. Now, look at that. Can Chris Carter capitalize on it?
Talking about the right place at the right time for Chris Carter right in front of his monitor.
Carter's scared of Mert. They let things fly here.
Knee drop onto Justin Bulldog Walker. Rolls him over.
I mean, how does a man compete like that? The Chain is out here circling their prey like sharks.
He does not care. He wants Chris Carter that bad.
Well, he's got to care because
all
he
three
saw what
members
just
are out
happened.
there.
He went out there, he jumped on all three members, capitalized, and Murphy inserted himself in this match, giving Chris the upper hand here.
But he was showing that he wasn't scared by taking
Show
out
what
all
you
three
want. His
members.
ass is getting kicked right now.
Right now, it'll turn back around. I'm pretty sure of it. You ain't gonna keep a good dog down.
All I'm saying is, there's 3-on-1 right now.
3-on-1.
That's the point I'm trying to get across, Jerry.
Very true, Jason. Right now, Chris having the upper hand, flips out of the ring. Bulldog still in. Mason Malice coming over to protect his leader as the fans let Chris have it.
Those little kids look bigger than Chris Carter.
Probably some of them are, and they're just
Slingshot drop kick.
They're just little T-ballers.
I think Chris is a little T-baller.
And Bulldog kicks out at one again. Chris with a drop kick.
Working on that kidney section there.
Kicking Bulldog out of the ring onto the floor.
Every single one of Chris Carter's strikes have gone to the same spot, working on that lower back.
They're working on them, working on them hips, working on the back.
You know,
the Chain's getting involved now. Why is Hunter letting this happen? Hunter just lets it happen.
The Chain was trying to help Bulldog.
Doesn't matter. They touched a competitor in the match, which is grounds for disqualification.
Striking the competitor is grounds for disqualification. You can touch them all you want. You can't strike them.
I'm going to have some words with Hunter after this. That should have been a
rewrite your rule book. That's not a disqualification.
It's not my rule book, sir. It is the rule of wrestling.
Okay, here comes rules are different in each wrestling company.
Apparently.
Look at this. Oh, Murder Silencioso working on that lower back.
Are you going to condone this now, Jason?
I'm not condoning anything. I just know what the rules are. And this is definitely not part of the rules, but if you don't see it, you can't call it.
Hunter with his back turned. Bulldog with another
That's not
kick.
Hunter's fault. That's 3 men out here that shouldn't, the 2 of them shouldn't be out here.
True, very true. Jay Davis is not in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure he would be out there with his buddy
Jay Davis
Bulldog.
is a professional wrestler. He makes his living wrestling. And he's out in Dallas tonight on another booking. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to back up the Bulldog tonight.
Bulldog's still in it, trying to get the bark back into the crowd.
Trying to psych himself up here. And now he's got Chris Carter.
Biting him on the rear end.
I would not bite Chris Carter. You know what kind of dirty stuff that comes out of that man?
Have you seen the restroom that he goes to the restroom in? That's kind of nasty, so I'm pretty sure that was a nasty bite.
Why are you in Chris Carter's restroom?
It's the restroom in our building, sir.
We're working on that though, right?
We are working on it.
We're going to get it remodeled shortly. Chris Carter, Bulldog trying to fight back. Chris Carter capitalizing on him. Now something looks wrong with Bulldog's eye. That it looks like the tip of the boot from Chris Carter's kick went straight into his eye.
Bulldog down, looking around, trying to see where he's at. Meanwhile, Chris is just pandering, and he can't even see Chris standing right in front of him. But he knows he's there now with a club.
I think something's really wrong with Bulldog's eye here. They're just pushing Chris away. And a huge kick to the back of the head here.
They're standing right in front of him.
Lurking around the ring.
Doesn't touch him this time, surprisingly.
I think Murphy's arm is as big as Chris Carter's body.
I mean, look how big he is. His head is almost to the top rope from the outside on the bottom.
Chris with lips hunts on the Bulldog.
There is nothing Chris Carter cannot do. We see new stuff from him all the time. But Bulldog kicks out again, ladies and gentlemen. The will to keep going from the old veteran.
Chris Carter becoming frustrated. He has a lot to prove. He made Mason Malice do it on his own, and now he's trying to get this done on his own. He needs, in my opinion, he needs to step up and prove to his men that he can get the job done himself.
Very true. I mean, how can he expect his men to win and go further if the leader can't do it himself?
Flipping Senton splash here. Now Chris getting frustrated, yelling and screaming, trying to get to the top rope.
Is Chris going for that patented 630 right now, ladies and gentlemen? We've seen it many, many times, and he hits it effectively. No,
star press. Oh, and
shooting star, and he misses, ladies and gentlemen. Bulldog rolls out of the way, perfectly had it scouted apparently. Bulldog back up.
Dug in the clothesline from Chris. Oh, and here we go. Bulldog Jesse James.
Jab punches into some big powerhouse fists over and over. Chris off the ropes.
Huge. Looks like a scoop slam here coming up. Into a power slam.
Into a running power
nice.
slam. Mason up on the apron.
You see, he might not have broke up that count. Bulldog capitalizing there. But it's definitely distracting when you're trying to hook a leg and you see someone jump up on the rope. You don't know if they're coming or not.
Chris gets caught.
Gunslinger.
Into a gunslinger.
Look at that. Murphy up on the ropes now.
Murphy up now trying to get the ref's attention.
You know, not getting the refs, just get Bulldog. It's Bulldog looking over and not paying attention to that pin he had.
Rake of the eye.
That eye that's been damaged earlier, and that same kick that damaged it again.
I mean, Chris Carter may be young, but he's smart. The technical side, he is still there, keeping with the same body part on the Bulldog, working him over and over and over.
Outside of PWF, Chris Carter wrestles 4 times a week.
4 times a week. I don't think I used to wrestle 4 times a month, Jason. That's a lot to put on your body at such a young age. But the kid can go. That's all you can say. The kid can go.
He is a grizzled young vet. He's constantly working, student of the game. Whatever the cliche is, Chris Carter is that. But right now, he's working in there with an actual vet, an actual student of the game.
A guy that's been around for as long as Chris Carter's been alive, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Carter going back out to the top rope. Didn't work the first time. Not going to work the second time. His Bulldog's back up already.
Now this might be the downfall of Chris Carter here.
Bulldog to his second rope. What does he have in mind?
Looking for that big Samoan drop that he normally hits, but off the second rope.
Could it be?
He might squash Chris Carter here. Oh, and didn't get all of it. Falling through, but it doesn't matter. Here comes Murphy slinking through the rope.
They would break up the count.
And that's exactly what Bulldog's been looking at every time those 2 men jump up on the rope. He knew it was coming in. He knew they didn't care if they were going to.
The game mentality of being for the change in Chris Carter. Can't get the job done on his own, so he has to be saved by his lackeys. What does that say for the leader of change?
They're saying he's going to choke bomb Bulldog. What is this? Mason Malice running out.
That's T-Ray, ladies and gentlemen. Leave him
knocking Murphy on the line. Murphy landing on his feet.
T-Ray coming to the aid of Justin Bulldog Walker, but what business does he have out there? Why is T-Ray in the ring helping out Justin Walker?
Murphy trying to get back in the ring earlier. Murphy attacking.
And T-Ray standing his ground against the bigger man. T-Ray's a big man, but Murphy is bigger standing. And he just throws Chris out of the way, and Mason holds him back.
Murphy wants to get in there, and T-Ray's not backing down. I want to see it.
Man, what business does T-Ray have out here with Bulldog, though?
Mason, Chris Carter calming down Murphy, telling him not now.
Could this have something to do with him just taking the belt off of Mason Malice and being attacked by him?
That's what has something to do with it.
Bulldog's going to tell us.
That's you.
Everybody's worried about the anarchy on July 3rd. Not the dog, and I know not T-Ray.
They better be ready.
June 5th. There's going to be hell to pay. And it's going to be starting with you 3 chicken jokers.
You know what? He's not waiting till the 3rd. June 5th, the next LiveWire, Bulldog's going to address this situation.
Oh man, addressing the situation in a match, is he going to come out and talk to him? What's going to happen on June 5th?
It's an explosive situation, we'll have to see.
He's not giving out too many details. He don't want to give his opponent too much energy to fire on right now. But the only thing I can say is that T-Ray must be there because of the jump by the
June
chain.
5th, be ready. All right, here's one of your main attractions for tonight. Culture Eat taking on JT and the Maniac.
Culture Eat team we saw a little bit earlier out here with Kaya Dream. Now we're going to see what they do in the ring.
I'm not very familiar with the formula. Well,
co-holders of the Championship Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
We got a big deal coming all the way from Florida to take on our former tag team champions. We have Maniac and Jt, has not been a great road for them as of late. They won the tag titles, didn't get a chance to get the second attack from the behind, losing the titles at Ascension.
But that just shows
being hurt, Nathan Bradley stepping in.
That just shows you how much impact that Justin Tyler and the Maniac have on the indie scene right now. That these men all the way from Florida have heard of Premier Wrestling and want to become the former tag team champions.
Just like Kira earlier, she was kind of dreaming earlier, wanting to come down before all the way to Houston to make their mark in the industry, make their mark in this company. I'm excited to see what they got here. I've heard a lot of good stuff about them, and I unfortunately haven't got to check them out, but I'm here today to see them.
I hadn't heard much of these guys. I've heard they've been causing a little bit of ruckus, but everything I've seen from them has been on point, Jason.
Allow me to reintroduce ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Culture Epic 8. We came all the way from Orlando, Florida, here to Houston, Texas, to put on an amazing show for each and every one of you.
They came a long way.
But earlier tonight, we needed some help from some of y'all, and that was to cheer back our little sister Kaya. I was just out here a while ago. I didn't see no support, I didn't hear no cheers, I didn't see no love. So scratch that, new task, and that is to make every last one of you Neanderthals and all you curtain jerkers in the back as visible as we possibly can.
Talking trash for Houston again. Seems like everybody's in
Starting
on it.
with some of your favorite PWS stars
Upset that the crowd didn't get behind Kaya Dream, but
and Justin Taylor.
It's Tyler. Justin Tyler, sir. Get it right.
Matter of fact, the Maniac reminds me a lot of the Houston Texans. All overhyped, bland, and just simply no heart at all.
I'd get mad if
You were up 26-0.
I mean, I'm sorry, but they're from Florida.
Justin Taylor. You remind me a lot of the Houston Rockets.
And now they talk about that.
Don't get me wrong. He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's good. He's really good. Just not good enough to be a champion.
Oh, wow. With the trash talk.
Well, then there's us. We're kind of like James Harden.
Oh, man.
We just can't wait to get the hell out of this town.
Man, that's a hated name in Houston right now, man.
So for all of those who are still asleep, and what I'm saying is I'm talking to the bad news bears over here. For all those who still asleep, we got 2 words for you. Stay woke.
They can talk trash about Houston's football team. They can talk trash about Houston's basketball team. They can even talk trash about Houston's baseball. But they can't this isn't baseball, this isn't football, and this damn show isn't basketball. This is professional wrestling, and they got just to Houston's best.
And this is Justin Tyler right here.
His Captain Junior impression. But again, these are 2 of the best professional wrestlers in Houston, Texas, right
here. And this man right here, there's no stopping this man. Nobody's been able to knock him off. This is the maniacal, the one and only. These 2 men have been on a storm for months. Justin Tyler had to take some time off with a broken collarbone from the hands of the Forsaken. He's back. He put down Vinny Zuko last month. Let's see what him and the Maniac still have anything going for him as a tag team.
little altercations there between Justin Tyler and Nathan Bradley. Maniac assures me it's something they can't work through, but with everything going on in PWF and the Forsaken, I'm concerned.
That's why I didn't want to bring it up, Jason, because Maniac said there's nothing to worry about. They talked it out. They said they're good to go. I didn't think there was a reason to bring it up. These men have worked together for so long, been the first tag team champions. They held them for a long time until the Forsaken got into it, as we spoke on earlier. But I think these guys are still championship quality, and they're still here to go. They're going against Culture Inc. tonight, all the way from Florida. A very, very formidable tag team. All you got to do is look them up on social media, look them up on YouTube yourself. You'll see what these guys can do.
Yeah, I don't agree with their sentiments towards the city of Houston, but you might not even have to look these gentlemen up because they're going to be in a town near you pretty soon. You can't deny their talent.
You're going to see them right here for the first time in Houston on Premier Wrestling Federation LiveWire, ladies and gentlemen, right now, as soon as this bell rings. We have Isaac in control of the match.
Is he trying to apologize for the mess he was talking?
Or is he apologizing in advance for the ass kicking they're about to take? He says they're the best team win, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and the sneak attack from Culture Inc. before the bell even rings.
But all the men spilling out of the ring here, I mean, Culture Inc.'s barking up the wrong tree of them trying to get accepted here at BWF and Houston.
Maniac with the punches.
Yeah, but what does it do? You got to pull out all the stops because what happens if you win over the former tag team champion?
And that would put
Same thing with Kenny Calypso and Colin Bligh earlier.
It could very well put them to where they think they deserve a chance at the tag team championships that are recently held by the Forsaken if they get a win over Justin Tyler and the Maniac now.
Pro wrestling's a lot like the whole Wild West. Whoever wins that gunsling competition is the best gunslinger in town.
Could very well be and think they deserve the trophy.
And all these men just brawling early on. The bell hasn't even run.
The bell has not run. You're correct. Maniac and Justin Tyler back in the ring. Culture Inc. back up on the apron just to get knocked back down. Out on the outside seem to be regrouping.
Here comes the
Justin Tyler on the apron.
Beautiful split Santa all before the match is even started.
Listen to the crowd getting behind this.
This is what PWF is all about right here.
This is exactly what it's about. The showmanship, the talent, the fans. This is what you get every time you come to a Premier Wrestling Federation show, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
Justin Tyler cleaning house right now.
Justin with a chop and throws him into the ring post. Jason, has the match even started yet?
No, I
haven't heard a bell.
I was actually surprised the Maniac went to his corner instead of jumping out the or eating gummy worms or something.
You never know what the Maniac's doing.
The Maniac doesn't know what he's doing.
And finally the bell rings.
Beautiful hand
flipping over Justin Tyler in the ring
first. That's 5. Leapfrog looking to get a monkey flip, rolling through. Pin, I can't call this action. Moving the sweep, dug at the
fake kick into a face kick.
Action, fast pass, doing it. Josh is trying to call it move for move, but at the end of the day, a big kick to the face, stunning JT.
I don't know if we're going to be able to keep up with this match right here, Jason. This is going to be so quick, so fast paced. I mean, we might be a little bit behind, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to give you the best up-to-date we can. Smashing blows to the back of Justin Tyler. Maniac trying to get the crowd behind Justin Tyler. The crowd behind him at the moment. Front face lock onto Justin Tyler. Into a suplex. Justin reverses it. Ripcord, but gets smacked in the face.
You see that kinetic tape on, nasty kicks. JT has some of the nastiest kicks in the belly. Springboard into a beautiful move. JT on fire right now. You see that kinetic tape. He's clearly not 100% from that collarbone.
I mean, we tried to hold him out, but he said, I'm not being held out anymore.
Yeah, he's got a doctor's clearance. He's got a doctor's note. And he's looking great right now. Maniac in now. Let's see what's going on.
Maniac slowing it down a little bit. Taking control. Ducks clothesline, punching back and forth. And a knee. Maniac thrown to the outside, over the top, onto the apron. Kicks back
Flip
in.
over the top. The athleticism from all four of these men is off the charts. Off the rope, huge close line from the Maniac. The Maniac is a small man in stature, but he is solid.
He has the heart of the biggest man you can ever find. This man can go. He doesn't quit. He doesn't slow down. Big foot stomp out of the corner. Maniac with the cover. 1, 2. Malik kicks out of Culture Inc.
You know, the Maniac, very open about his struggles with depression. That's where the Maniac comes from. He has no problem being himself, Robert Davis. And the Maniac is a manifestation of the frustrations in his life.
He harnesses it all into the Maniac character in the ring and just lets it all fly. Every time you see the Maniac in the ring, he's going all out. Justin Tyler was passionate after 7 months being on the show to get back. I don't think there's any stopping these two. Is there any ring rust on Justin Tyler? We saw him against Vinny Zuko. He won the match. We saw a little bit, but in the tag match with Maniac, let's see if he can still go. Up on the rope. Culture Inc. taking control now with a belly-to-belly throw over the top.
Deep pin hooked here, a 2 count. You know, Justin Tyler looks like he might have landed on that injured collarbone.
He says it's fully healed, but you see him favoring it still a little bit every time.
You know what? You get a doctor's clearance, and the doctor says if you're healed, but you know what? You're healed to be a normal human. You're not healed to be a professional wrestler.
You're saying
you see that impact he just took, double stomp to the spine, followed by a sling bait style maneuver.
I mean, he probably didn't tell the doctor he had a couple of high impact matches coming up. He said, yeah, you're fine to go back to work, something like that, but not fine to get stomped in the face into the mat.
Or get tossed over the head of a 6-foot-plus man and land completely on your injured collarbone. Yeah, it's going to take years for it. It might never be the same as it once was. Hey, it's at the point where it's good enough, but it's never like it's going to be like it was.
I mean, the kid is young. The kid has tenacity. The kid has heart. But does he have the smarts to stay out long enough to where he's healed? He feels okay, but you know he's going to feel this later because you can see he's feeling it now.
You know, we care about our competitors. I've heard you push him numerous times. I've seen him bring his doctor notes, but again, hate the anger that fuels him to get back in there. Oh, it's beautiful sunset flip.
Can he get him over? He's fighting it, and he gets him over. He's done 1, 2, and he kicks out. I fought him for 2 months, he said.
Oh, Culture Inc. staying alive. Huge clothesline. Look at that. JT has no idea where he's at right now.
I personally kept him out after he showed me some.
Look at that. Working on that injured arm.
Oh, and they just keep kicking it. I kept him out personally because I didn't think he was ready. He just would not stop fighting me tooth and nail. I had to let him come back, and here he is fighting Culture Inc. getting stomped.
To pull the curtain back a little bit, Justin Tyler, broke his collarbone and re-injured it in the training session. And look at it, now he's getting stomped on right now. It looks like it's holding up now, but it's just, again, it's never be the same. And look, the Maniac is very concerned out there.
I mean, that just goes back to where I said he has guts and heart, but does he have the brains right now? I still think he should be out. A lot of people still think he should be out, but
you sit back and watch a man defend your title. You sit back and watch a man. I mean, the kid's been wanting to be a wrestler since he was young. He's 21, 22 years old now, and
20 years old right now.
And he's sitting back watching all these amazing things happen at Premier Arena, all these amazing companies flourish here in Houston, Texas, and he wants a piece of that. He wants to be a piece of history. We're creating history here at Premier Arena.
I mean, we don't know if he felt left out, if he felt jealous, but you can clearly see that he felt some kind of way when Nathan Bradley got pinned and lost those tag team championships.
I think that was just a general loss. I felt that because we lost titles to the Forsaken.
I mean, it wasn't at all at fault because there was outside interference, but you could see nonetheless he was aggravated at the loss of the championships that he had no hand in losing.
You know, you're a team. You win as a team, you lose as a team. You know, if you're out there ringside and he should have had his team back a little better, in my opinion. I think all three men did the best they could with the circumstances at hand.
I agree. He had their back many times. Just this one instance got missed, got overlooked, and
you're taking a beating right now. Sorry to interrupt, but I just have to. Culture Inc. has his collar. Let's get it right here. Big roll. Can he make to the tag? Oh!
Cut off by his tag to his partner, the Maniac. Culture Inc. very skilled, staying on top of Justin Tyler as he went for the
I
tag.
believe Culture Inc. has been a tag team longer than Justin Tyler in the
I
movie.
believe so. Culture Inc. It seems very seasoned in the ring. They know each other very well. They follow each other's moves. They've got it down pat.
Justin Tyler only have a one match back. I mean, you gotta think there's gotta be some kind of ring rust going on.
There's got to be something going on. Maniac stirring outside the ring, trying to get in. Justin Tyler fighting back, jumping over.
Right across the ring.
Cut off. Big into the powerbomb.
Beautiful maneuver there.
Maniac breaking it up for his team, keeping his team alive.
That leaping calf kick to the spine buster was impactful. You know, a lot of people will say ring rust nothing. He's only going to be in there half the match because he's tagging. But you know, he's fighting two men right now.
Exactly.
3 men, look at that.
The man outside holding up the referee.
Maniac keeping his cool. You know, last time we've seen Maniac lose his temper before and dive out of the ring and break his own wrist. We've seen him lose his cool with Noah and try to hit him with a beer bottle, causing Noah to become Hayes becoming the Ascension champion. He's keeping his cool. He's staying on the apron. You know, he's trying to work with some stuff.
Yeah, the Maniac gets bit out as well. I mean, I'm glad you pointed that out. The Maniac stayed out for seems like a couple of shows because it was so long, but he's back at full force, we think, and so he tells us. Justin Tyler's still trying to get the tag. Isaac right there in the middle misses the tag once again. Ducks the clothesline. Justin Tyler with the tag. The Maniac come in.
Clothesline.
By a clothesline into a back elbow. Maniac on fire in the corner. Big drop kick into the corner. Maniac up on the bottom rope, up for a second crossbody through the ropes. Maniac.
Oh, we've seen this before, crossbody. Oh, beautiful kick and up top for another big crossbody. Here comes the Maniac.
Big crossbody, Culture Inc. down. Maniac. Oh, getting streaks from the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, the Maniac is hyped. Ducking the clothesline. Big spine buster by the Maniac.
And the Maniac's feeling it. You know what's next. Oh, it did. No, the Maniac
Keeps out
there.
but barely before 3. Justin Tyler outside the ring looking for the tag. Pull down off the apron.
Maniac, you know, sidetracked here. He needs to stay on top of what's going on inside the ring. Trying to throw those right hands, getting cut off there. Both tying up. And again, a clothesline.
Turned inside out by that clothesline. The Maniac is down. Culture Inc. tagging in the fresh man.
It is not looking good for Maniac and Justin Tyler here. Oh, this has got to be the end. Setting up one man up top. Culture Inc. Big stomp.
Big stomp into a drop.
Justin Tyler recovering from the outside and making a big save.
Justin Tyler paying for it now. Kicked in the gut, thrown outside the ring.
Maniac looking for that flat line, getting kicked away, stuck in the ring with both men. Isaac needs to get one of those men out of there.
Flatliner! 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 He's down. Go for the cover. Oh, and he rolls out of the ring.
No, that's not the legal man. This is the legal man. And another flat line.
That's 2. He's got to go for the cover. Go for the cover, Maniac. Justin Tyler back up on the apron. Maniac not going for the cover.
This is that Maniac we're talking about, going for this. Justin Tyler's the little man here.
Big face buster. Justin Tyler off the second rope, going into the cover. Isaac down 1, 2. Oh, and he gets pulled out on 2 by the out. Good gosh. That would have been 3, ladies and gentlemen. But outside interference stopped it at 2.
Culture Inc. working as a complete unit here. Snapmare takeover, big kick to the spine, kick to the front, and a double stomp to the chest. Justin Tyler pulling out new moves.
Still just the count of 2. Culture Inc. not giving up lightly.
Justin Tyler becoming frustrated here. Maniac looks like he's down for the count with that big swanton over the top.
Justin Tyler warming it up. What's coming up next? We've seen this many a times before.
Oh, look at that. Again with the outside interference. One man drawing the rest, another man
knocking him down. Going for it.
Oh, getting
blocked into the fireman's carry. Justin Tyler blocked the knee.
Spinning around.
Going into the kick. 1, 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Tyler pulls up the 3 count over Culture Inc.
What a match tonight.
Wow, what a match. Ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't here to see this live, you missed a hell of a match here.
That's exactly what this team needed to get the swing back into effect.
Huge match, huge opponent, huge win. Mounts up to Justin Tyler and the Maniac here at LiveWire.
I cannot wait to see where these two men go from here.
God only knows what's going to happen with this tag team as it comes to later on down the line. It seems that they're back in unison. They're as good as ever.
They helped out Erod at the last show. I think things are looking up for PWF.
No doubt, no doubt. These two right here are at the top of their game. Justin Tyler shows he's ready to go. The Maniac is fully healed up. They're good to go. Sky's the limit for these two youngsters.
But make no mistake, these two men are focused and ready to regain those tag team titles. They're going to do anything it takes. And Nathan Bradley still has a part in this team. It's a 3-man trio now. And any 3 of them on any given day, I believe, could be any of the Forsaken members and reclaim those tag team champions. Only time will tell.
MJ is a manager now, but he used to be an in-ring competitor. I wouldn't take him lightly. Does he have any ring rust over the last couple years? Let's find out.
I mean, let's take the fans back. Everyone's minding his own business, and a huge man comes walking out named Remedy and lays AWOL out.
That's huge, man. I mean, oh my God. I mean, the man is scary to even look at.
Houston Street Fight. How did we get here? MJ Dub
sticking his nose where it doesn't go, calling AWOL a problem.
Calling AWOL a problem, stating as an issue they want. You see their interview on YouTube.
MJ drops the suit to come out in some wrestling attire.
Is MJ blaming AWOL for him not being a PWF for his career? And I'm saying the two men know each other, saying the two men train with each other. AWOL's career taken off, MJ's career not going anywhere. And he's blaming AWOL. AWOL telling him, oh, it's your own fault that it didn't streets. Let's have a street fight.
And MJ did try to get out of it though. If you do remember, MJ tried to say he never said that until owner myself put it up on. I was about to go there first. Put it up on social
face of AWOL, telling him he ain't nothing.
MJ just all about the trash talk all the time, turns his back on AWOL, and pays for it right there with a big right hand laying MJ Duff out already. Hunter checking on him, thinking he is down.
This fight might be over already.
It very well could be. I mean, have you ever taken a right hand from AWOL?
Sure, I don't want to.
I'm his boss. I hope he don't, and I sure as hell hope he don't either. I don't want to get on the bad side of AWOL.
AWOL probably got a lie here because he should be going for a 10 right now.
Usually AWOL stays on his competitors, but he's just giving MJ a little bit of time to get up. Oh no, he picks him up. He wants to punish this man.
Oh, another huge right hand.
It picks him up to knock him down.
AWOL is dusting his hands off, saying it was that easy.
He doesn't want to end it yet. He wants to inflict pain, ladies and gentlemen, on MJ Dub, your premier professional.
So MJ not going down this time, but not going to allow a little
Big chop, MJ down all the way to the bottom rope.
counter in the corner.
MJ with no offense. Big ass press into the beatings on the forehead. Just back and forth, left, right, left, right, left, right. AWOL up, getting fired up. MJ is down. Hunter checking on him once again. Hunter say no, he's still good to go, but he is not moving too well, ladies and gentlemen.
AWOL just circle around MJ, just yelling,
Circling his play and just beating him, stomping him, hitting him, kicking him, whatever he wants to do in total control.
AWOL saying all that tough talk, all that BS, and this is all you got?
All he has been a big slap. I think MJ Dub bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Picking on AWOL, the big go-to man of PWF.
Big flying splash to the corner.
And this man went through some huge competitors, huge name competitors, huge body competitors to get to MJ Dub.
And that is sidewalk slam.
Just picks him up with ease and slams him back down. AWOL back up.
AWOL saying he's going up top already.
Already, we're 5 minutes into the match, and AWOL's going to end it. I don't think AWOL's going to end it. I think it's just a little bit more punishment to MJ Dub. AWOL
Third man's about to fly. Look at Apache Helicopter. Look at it.
It's got to be in. He wins so many matches with that.
1, 2. Oh, look at that.
He picks him up. I told you he just wants more punishment than MJ Dub. He could have pinned him, had it over 5 seconds into the match. We're 5 minutes in now. And where's AWOL going?
It's extreme fighting. The crowd's chanting we want weapons. The
Weapon comes out. What is that? Is that a piece of siding? Did he rip that off from a house?
There's some sort of stick or something. He's about to find out. Oh,
whatever it was, it's in 4 pieces now.
Look at the pain of MJ's face.
Hunter quickly getting it out of the ring. AWOL back outside again. He just making something.
Jerry, you need to clean up under the rings.
I didn't put that under there.
Are those women's crutches?
Those are somebody's crutches. Oh, AWOL mocking now. I didn't put none of that under there.
He's not knocking anyway. He's having fun. Look at him flapping his like he's got wings or something.
What is he gonna do with? What's he gonna do with these crutches, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, is he saying this is what's about to happen to MJ Dub?
He's just in there having fun.
Oh my God, that is a solid steel crutch just bent across the back of MJ Dub.
You know, AWOL was saying in his interview, he loves having fun, he loves playing around, but when that bell rings, he's all business. So he might not be taking MJ lightly because he looks like he's having fun.
And he just picked up the second crutch, saying one more time, asking the crowd, do y'all want to see it? Of course they want to see it. Why does he even have to ask? MJ just rolling around on the mat. AWOL just rolling him back to the center, boots to the solar plexus.
AWOL trying to pick the perfect spot to cause the maximum amount of damage here.
And a second solid
Grudge trying to third row over here.
Twice now. That's 3 times he's been hit with a crutch. MJ could be have some internal bleeding by now. I mean, that was not easy.
AWOL asking if y'all want me to pin, the crowd saying no. Asking if you want him to suffer, the crowd saying yes.
AWOL pleases his fans, so apparently they're going at it again. What has he got? Oh my, the classic steel chair. But
and you saw AWOL wreaking havoc in that TLC match that chair.
the steel chair has been around since the beginning of time, and there's a reason it's still used today.
Caveman was steel chair? Beginning of pro wrestling.
Beginning of pro wrestling is the reason it's still around. You know why, Jason? Because it hurts. It hurts.
Let's see, what is he doing here? Trying to get a hold of MJ. MJ trying to resist, but AWOL is manning him.
The look on MJ's face is, why did I ever talk trash about this man? I tried to make
Look at Hunter begging AWOL over the bit, but the crowd begging him to do shot more punishment.
Hunter was standing there out of the way like, I don't want none of this. I'll count for you already.
What is AWOL looking for now?
There's no telling what else is under that ring. Apparently some stuff's been planted under there, because I've never seen crutches in my building before, Jason.
You think maybe local wrestling or some stuff here?
Maybe so.
The fire that is. Go check out Title Match Wrestling. Support local wrestling. Support everything that happens at the Premier Arena. For more like, go to PWF Wrestling on YouTube. Like and subscribe. If you're watching this night, like subscribe. Huge stick across the chest of MJ Dub.
Hunter telling AWOL to come on, just end it already. But he's dragging him by the neck, throws him into the first row, through the first row, into the second row. Thank God nobody was sitting there at the time, or if they'd have been hurt right along with it.
I have no idea. Is it a metal broomstick or a little pipe? Or I don't know what the hell it is. An AWOL man.
It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure it's going to be effective. Right across the head, bent it in half. MJ Dub is down, so I'm pretty sure it was effective.
AWOL just taking a stroll. What do you see? He's in there. Oh, what he got over here? PWF Street Fight brought to you by the Coffee Beer.
He's got a couple of beers. A couple of, AWOL, I'm sorry. AWOL never lifts his match, but I guess he got a little thirsty.
He wants to track it in there. He's asking the crowd, where'd he go? The crowd's right to know. He's across the ring. I'm telling you, AWOL's having fun right now. Look at him waving, rolling around the ring, coming after MJ here. And grabbing, oh my God!
What's in the AWOL's face?
Oh my God, you see that fire extinguisher coming out of the mask of AWOL?
There has to be a fire extinguisher to the face. And with a cane now, it looks like, or is that the same piece of pipe was just bent over his
stick or pipe, whatever the hell that was.
Seems like the tide has turned now.
Oh, throw it to the ledge. Oh!
A crotch shot. That'll bring any man to his knees.
You see that chemical powder all over the mat, and you see it coming out of the mouth of AWOL, and the eyes of AWOL can't see, can't breathe. Oh! And he's taking a chance. He's at the mercy of MJ trying to get a quick win here. Oh, but he still had to roll it over. Look, the fire was a fire extinguisher. It was a fire extinguisher indeed. Wow. The craziest thing was the way you saw it come out of AWOL's mouth. Oh, vicious chair. Look at AWOL crawling in pain. The weapons are equalizers here.
And, I mean, I guess that's what it took, but MJ has the upper hand right now. He does whatever it takes to get back in this match, and apparently the go-ahead was the fire extinguisher. Now with the chair to the gut, MJ with AWOL bent over and to the head. You just heard it all the way outside in the parking lot. Flesh against stone does not
MJ is mounting an offense here, and AWOL barely kicking him out for a chair shot to the head. It's crazy to me what one weapon like a fire extinguisher can cause. I mean, eye disorientation.
Now he's trying to rip the mask off of his head.
He called him a fraud who wears a mask. Why he has to hide his face?
He just kicked him in the head right there. I mean, it's hard to say, but MJ Dub seems to be getting the better hand of AWOL right now.
I mean, AWOL's still wheezing from that fire extinguisher.
He still can't breathe. He could have got some of that down in his lungs. We don't know.
And his eyes can't see. I mean, he just ran to that cameraman there. He can't even see. And look, he's trying to wash his eyes out here. Oh!
To the concession area. All over
the beer smashed to the
all
face
over the place.
MJ staying on camera off the table. cameraman trying to make room. Pure mayhem happening here right now.
Over
Going
by
for
the front
crowd.
door. MJ with a beer to the skull again. Relentless attack.
That same fan that's supporting AWOL with that sign. Look, now he's gouging the eyes. Everything has been in the face of AWOL. That powder in the ring, in the lungs, and the eyes. You can see it all over the mask of AWOL. AWOL is covered in that stuff.
It seems MJ has found a second breath. I mean, he's been in control of this match for the last good 5 minutes now, ladies and gentlemen. But now he's walking around. Is he looking for more weapons? Indeed, he's going under the ring looking for more weapons. What have we seen already, Jason? We've seen siding off a house. We've seen steel chairs. We've seen broom handles.
Oh my God. In AWOL's promo, he said, bring your brass knuckles, bring thumbtacks, and bring a barbed wire bat.
He brought Erod's bat indeed to the show.
Whoa!
Right to the head. AWOL has to be out.
AWOL has to be concussed. That was a baseball bat to the head.
A baseball bat covered with barbed wire, baby. There's nothing to joke about. That is a wooden Louisville slugger.
MJ licking the barbed wire. AWOL hasn't moved.
He's starting to stir a little bit now, Jason.
Yeah, there's no way. Is that blood in the ring? Oh, is that blood on the face of AWOL? Oh!
You can't quite see.
Listen to those screams of AWOL. Those are blood-curdling screams.
Barbed wire stuck in the face through the mask of AWOL.
Yeah, this is becoming a dark turn to it now.
It seems that MJ's holding his own.
Look at that. MJ has the blood of AWOL.
Indeed, it is. He is busted open, busted wide open. I mean, we haven't seen anybody take advantage of the mercenary AWOL like this ever. Ever.
It all started with that fire extinguisher, followed up by some chair shots, and now barbed wire to the face. I mean, look at the blood on the ring canvas.
It doesn't show how much it takes to turn the match around. One thing can completely turn the winner into the loser.
Still life in AWOL here, and the crowd's getting behind him.
Yeah, but how much is he going to have left after spilling blood?
Look at
having powder put in his face, in his nose, in his mouth.
Look at the face of AWOL, big elbow from MJ right to that cut. AWOL fighting back now.
Fighting back, cut off by MJ, but AWOL fighting back, left and rights of his own, back and forth, and a cut off knee to the face. Puts him back down.
The crowd falling silent here after rallying behind AWOL. I think they're starting to get concerned for AWOL. I think everybody took MJ like
I mean, their hero is down on the mat right now. Nobody likes MJ Dub, but their hero AWOL is lying back on the mat, lifeless. It seems MJ has to drag him.
At first, you see MJ's confidence growing. At first, he was trying to run for the pin every chance he got. Now he's playing it. Oh, look at the blood flowing from AWOL's
He
forehead.
just wants to beat the hell out of him.
What the hell is MJ doing? Here's that confidence we talked about. Going to the top rope.
MJ got in mind off the top rope.
And a moonsault.
Oh my God, he lands a moonsault on AWOL off the top rope, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a 300-pound moonsault.
1, 2, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. No! AWOL kicks out.
MJ can't believe it, and you can see the blood on the forearm of MJ Dub.
No, ladies and gentlemen, that is not MJ Dub's blood. That is the blood of AWOL. His opponent
just over from a barbed wire bat,
gushing blood from his forehead.
Both men fighting up to their feet. MJ Dub trying to shoot off AWOL. AWOL ducking the clothesline. Coming back with one of his nose. Oh, MJ Dub on the ground. Following it up with a big elbow chop.
AWOL working through the pain. Got his second win. Adrenaline.
Sizing up MJ Dub. Waiting on a perfect opportunity to catch him with a clothesline. And back down to the mat. AWOL's back in control over this. What's he doing? He's going outside here.
It's got to be pure adrenaline going through AWOL's veins right now, Jason. There's no way he has the energy to do this. This has to be pure adrenaline going on.
The crowd cheering for table. AWOL obliging here.
Did he find a table under the ring?
Yes.
Oh my God, he found a table. What is that? Is that a table?
That's a table. AWOL and MJ Dub fighting tooth and nail here.
AWOL setting up the table. What's going to happen with the table? Sets it up in the corner. Goes to pick up MJ Dub from around the neck. Possibly going to set him on the table and go through him with another elbow? No, he's picking him up.
and just sauce
Oh my God!
MJ Dub about to fly out of the ring.
An angle slam through the table. MJ's out in the match. It's got to be over. He can't take no more punishment.
You know, AWOL about to. What the hell?
What the hell? Jason, that's the Forsaken. Good.
I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, it was no interaction with the Forsaken. There's no reason. This is a phone call that MJ made earlier.
It has to be, and this is a no disqualification street match, so all of this goes. And I'm stuck here in this chair next to you. I can't get up and do anything about it.
Oh, look at this disgrace. Rolling MJ Dub on top of AWOL.
I think you're right. This is the call that MJ Dub made earlier.
Look at the face.
Hunter, don't you do it! Son of a...
You can tell Hunter begrudgingly counting that pin.
These sons...
I know, Jerry. I know. Hey, easy on the headsets, pal. I'm trying to be unbiased here, but I'm so tired of seeing this.
I'm sorry.
Tired of seeing this.
I'm so sorry.
Look at Super Dave in the face of AWOL. AWOL's trying to get at him. Oh, look at him. They're mauling him.
Just beating him down, as they call a biker beat down. Hood mentality. I can't stand it, ladies and gentlemen.
Hayes saying pick him up. Oh, it's a former tag team champion. It's JT and the Maniac. Oh, but look, they're getting swallowed up now. The number's still in the favor of
the number
Forsaken.
Still the number game with the Forsaken.
The Maniac's still fighting back, taking on Super Dave by himself, getting it better. And of course, the numbers game. Look at Hayes.
Justin Tyler with the brute in the corner, Tommy Bolton. Hayes just hitting Justin in the back. Everybody.
Here comes Erod!
Erod coming in, the former PWL champion.
Bleeding house here. Right after a hit. Look at the double leg takedown. He's all over Hayes.
On Tommy Bolton, throwing him into the apron. Justin Tyler.
This is what we need PWF United. Look, this is a great moment here. Everybody have each other's Tommy Bolton. On top. Maniac and AWOL sitting out, members with Forsaken. And
Jimmy Zuko thrown out by Justin Tyler, and PWF standing strong in the middle of the ring.
And the crowd's loving it.
You got the Maniac, Justin Tyler, Erod, and the mercenary AWOL, who just went through a brutal match in the ring right now.
You're the only one that calls AWOL the mercenary.
I'm old school that way. He used to go by the mercenary. That's how he did. Hold on. AWOL is talking right now.
Business, so you goons try to take over PWF. I'm not a man. We know. Stick my nose in other people's business. But y'all brought the business to me. So it's your business and it's my rules. Because now I'm joining up with the rest of PWF and we're going to beat all your asses.
Hell yeah, AWOL, I love when my PWF guys step up to these no good trash baggers that come from the outside.
Sounds like to me. We have a future match. Say July 3rd. Anarchy. Y'all best fight on the Forsaken against me, Justin Tyler, the War Machine, AWOL.
Wow, Erod throwing out a challenge. It sounds like to me.
And of course, who did I forget? Mr. Fortune 5K, Nathan Bradley.
Wow, what a five-man team Erod is just off.
This doesn't have to be a challenge. You can okay this right now, Jerry.
Elimination match, winner takes all.
Wow.
Versus Forsaken. Win set.
You know what? I'm going to make that happen. You know why, Jason? Because I can do that.
You heard, folks. July 3rd. It's going down. Don't miss it. That's LiveWire.